Hello everyone, my name is Fletch and I'm here today to talk to all of you guys. And basically what... Oh, that was a little mistake. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on. I know the title of it is Content Creation and YouTube Fatigue. Let's talk about the second part of it anyway. I don't know if you know this or have noticed this. I haven't been around for a couple of weeks now. One of the reasons is because I, as in the title it says, right, I've been having a little YouTube fatigue. I know a lot of us, and I speak for myself here in this case, one of the reasons why I got into YouTube was in the past, right? I think it was 2010 or 2011 that I registered an account with YouTube. And the primary purpose was that since I was traveling, I would be able to take some videos of my trips, document my time on the motorcycle, and put it up on YouTube. And of course, as it went along, photography, videography, and with the advent of drones, got myself a couple of drones and put up some drone videos. And as it went along, I thought, you know, let's do something a little bit about it, right? I mean, YouTube is a platform for people to be able to create some form of content and everything else. But listen, before I continue on my rant on my stuff, let me say hello to Anonymous Bikers, Ozarks HD Riders, Roland Keith, Chopper Fat, and of course my buddy, Diesel's Vlog, Bronco Ride, and the rest of you guys. So basically what's happening is that it was great fun. I enjoyed what I was doing. I still do, but I think what happened was that it's tough when you want to go on a ride, and with the advent of this sea thing, right, that's been going on, we have the lockdowns and everything else. So then suddenly you don't have a lot of saddle time on the bike, and what happens is that the few times that you get a chance to ride, then I think that we suddenly have to strap on a camera, we have to think about something to do and go, right? And after a while, I realized that now it's become an obligation rather than, doing stuff. And, it means that every time I get onto the bike and I want to go for a ride, I have to strap on the camera, strap on the mics and everything else, think of a topic and go. And instead of enjoying the ride, I decided that it felt like as if I was doing something that I had to do, right? And that started to get to me, because I know all of you guys out there have been producing content, and it could take anywhere between 5 minutes or a couple of hours to just edit a couple of minutes of video. I'm pretty anal about certain things. I'm not a perfectionist. I'm just pretty specific about how I do stuff. And I thought that, if I'm going to do something, it should be good, right? At least try and look as professional as possible, look good, produce something. So that takes time. So the effort and time to do it. So you got the ride, half an hour or what have you. Then you come back, you take everything off, and then you start editing. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I really do. But, it came to a point where everything was just obligated. And then I had to do this, and it just took the fun away from it. Plus the fact that our goal, of course, is to try and get the 1,000 subscribers and to get the 4,000 watch hours and stuff. But, what pains me is that it's going to take a long time first. Then we have to keep on putting out stuff. And it's taking a lot of time between life and work. Suddenly, this has also become work, right? So I've decided that I'm going to slow down a little bit if I'm going to put something out, it's got to be something worthwhile, or at least to me, it's got to be something worthwhile, and it is something that I think should be of certain value to everyone, right? Which goes on to the next part of my topic, which is content creation. Now, I know Rocket Rider 510 put out a video a couple of days ago, and I watched it, and he's absolutely correct. You know, the way YouTube works is that we have to actually put out content. Riding on a motorcycle and talking to yourself invariably is not content. It's an interesting topic. Yes, it may hit with our friends, because don't forget, why I got into this as well is because then I made a lot of great friends like you guys, right? You guys are great friends, and I think that's the biggest bonus for me, is making friends with you guys. But then again, you know, some of us may enjoy listening to us rattle on the bike, but you know, are we, for the rest of the people who may be interested in our channels, are we really think that they're going to be interested in us riding for 15 minutes or 7 minutes or 8 minutes talking about a particular subject if there's no real content to it? Yeah, there's certain points we'd have some ideas that we put out, right? But actually, if we put out real content, that the search algorithm of YouTube is going to push us out. And I think that's what we should be doing, and I think that's what I should be doing as well. So I need to sit down and think about what it is I'm going to put out, and make sure that it's of value, right? Because that's what they're looking for, value. And then if they like that, they'll keep coming back for more, and they get more subscribers, and so on and so on and so forth, right? Then secondly, I think that, you know, from looking back at some of the videos and looking back at the other show that I'm doing with Chopper Fat, Brett, right? Brett and I got together and did the dynamic duo, which is really great fun because I get to meet you guys and talk to you guys, and I realized it become very stiff as well, right? So let's put it this way: I'm way away from being monetized and stuff like that. So I need to be myself and be a bit more relaxed, and at the same time, you know, if I need to curse, I'll curse, right? So fuck it, right? I'll just curse. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, that's just being us, right? Just being us. You know, if sometimes we're so used to, especially the guys like me who've been in the army, every other word is a curse word, right? But again, going back to the show that I'm doing with Chopper Fat, though, is that with a dynamic duo, I sometimes have to keep it PG-13 because we do have a special guest once in a while. That's Brett's little kid. His name is Doug. So if he turns up and he walks in, you know, he says hi to all of us, and just before that, I go, motherfucker. I don't think that's going to be too cool. Plus the fact that he's probably going to go running to his mom and go, Mom, what's motherfucker? And she's going to be like, what? Is that Dad? No, we can't have that, right? We can't have that. Plus the fact that I know I've had people like Scouse and everybody else on board. And I can see them holding back when you should just let loose. It doesn't matter. I think, you know, we're here to just talk about stuff. And we do have, in a live show like this, I think it's all about discussions and everything else. We have to be ourselves, you know. And one of the other things that I've been thinking about is music, right? Which is another integral part of what I love to do. Obviously, if I start doing music on this channel, right, we primarily the content has been about motorcycles and riding and everything else about motorcycles, and suddenly this motherfucker comes up with a guitar and starts playing stuff, you know, and then banging away on the keyboards or what have you. I think that's going to fuck up my algorithm. Plus the fact that those obviously a lot of my subscribers are my friends, and then the other half are actual people who really want to watch the content I'm watching. And then those guys are gonna go, what the fuck is this guy doing? I thought I came in here to talk about motorcycles, listen to the stuff that he has to say. And it turns out that, you know, this guy decides to be on the beach, right? And take out his guitar and start fucking strumming away, which you know, I don't think I'll try it. I don't know, you know, and try and relate it to music, to motorcycles and stuff. But I'm sure that a lot of people are going to say that, okay, you know, fuck it, unsubscribe. That's not going to be too good. And plus the fact that then YouTube gets all fucked up and the algorithm gets all fucked up, and then they'll say like, okay, I don't know where this guy is. Let's forget about this guy. So I actually have another channel I just started, which I'm going to put a little bit more thought into it, and I'll try something here and I'll try something there. Mostly there. That's obviously specifically for music, but we'll see how it goes from there. Anyway, right? So I think it's important that I need to get my priorities straight. I will still continue doing this. The dynamic duo is something I really look forward to. I think one of the reasons which I think Brett, if he comes on a little later on, he'll tell you also the other stuff that he's been going through. But the most important thing is we got to say congratulations to Chopper Fett. I think he's still in the side chat. Congratulations to his little baby girl. And that's why he's been away for a while. All the videos he's been putting out is actually his stockpile, right? It's not literally been out on the road as much as he can. So let's say congratulations to Chopper Fett on his brand new baby girl. And we will be back with the show on the 7th of August, I think. Brett, correct me if I'm wrong. The 7th of August is when we'll be back. And again, talking about stuff together and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, so that's basically about it, right? So this is the way it's gonna go. I'm gonna try and put out some stuff. I still have a couple of ideas that I do want to put out. Just need to put some time because life, work has suddenly come between all of that. So we need to see what we can do about it. I'd like to say hello to Wiles on 2. And I'm going to put the link to the site on the site chat. Come on in. Let's talk. Let's shoot the breeze. You know, I'm not going to make this thing a formal thing. You know, let's just chat about anything. If anything else, it's just a get-together of friends. You know, it's been a while. And like I said, it'd be great to be hearing from all of you and just shooting the breeze. You know, so come on in. I put the link in the side chat. And maybe we can all sing congratulations to Chopper Fett as well. I could pick up my guitar or something. Right? Let's see who else is on the side chat here, man. I realized that I just realized that everything is pretty slow on the StreamYard side, so I'm going to switch over to YouTube to take a look, right? And I've got my good friend Roland Keith. Hey, Raleigh.
How you going, mate? Yeah, not much.
Pretty
not
good.
Much. Yourself?
Yeah. You know, I think you heard some of it, right? Pretty good. Life's good.
Yeah, I heard a lot of it. Yeah, no, I think don't worry about it, man. Just, you know, do what you do, like everybody else. You know, I'm 90% of the time I ride. I don't worry about the camera. I'm greedy. You know, I just want to get out. I want to get out and enjoy myself. And I think a lot of people are pretty much the same. So yeah.
I know. I saw you in the last stream. I couldn't come on because I realized that it was midnight. I think you're ahead from where I am by 2 hours. I think, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's like 1 a.m. for me. I think when I finally saw your stream. So
yeah,
you know.
I finished up at about 3 a.m. I think.
Oh,
so that's all right. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think it's a good thing to do anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, well, for me, I just bought a drone to help change things up a little bit. But again, you know, I mean, I'm not a slave to this. It's fun, and I'll keep it that way. And I think the moment it does, you know, you end up start working down the path that you are.
Sure. Hey, Jonesy.
What's up, guys?
It's been a while, man.
Yeah. How you been? How you been?
Okay, pretty good. I'm trying to work this thing out here. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonesy.
How's it going, mate?
Good. I'm just kind of chilling out right now.
I noticed that you've been on a lot of rides recently.
Well, just here, just local. I haven't hadn't done anything long or anything. We're getting ready to be heading out to Sturgis in a couple weeks, but
Oh yeah, damn it. Yeah. That's
yeah,
good stuff, man. Yeah. Fuck that, man. I know man. That's good news, though. I mean, to me, that they've finally opened that up. And I know in Australia, right, Raleigh, it's on lockdown, right, in some parts. Again.
One state, mainly Victoria.
Which is where Paul is, right?
I think everywhere else is pretty good. So but business as usual, just apart from one state. And I think New South Wales, where Sydney is, I think that's just starting to creep back again because they've brought back a whole heap of people, Australians back to Australia that have been stuck in other countries, but they're all infected.
That's exactly what's happening over here as well. We've got a lot of imported cases, as they call them. So every time you get some asshole that comes back from wherever the hell they are,
some
some little bastard that's out there. What's the worst was that we have a lot of idiots here that on the onset of this bullshit decided to go on a fucking holiday. So I was reading yesterday or the day before that we have this couple that's stuck in Greece for the last 4 months.
Holy shit.
So they couldn't come back to Singapore. So probably when they come back, they're gonna be fucking giving a shit as well. So but fucking being stupid about it, right? At the beginning of it, right now, since it's improving, and I'm really glad that they decided to do the Sturgis thing. Although that was on my bucket list for this year, that's fucking out the window because we can't fucking fly. That's really sad. But great, man.
It does blow because and like I said, to be honest with you, we're going out there, just me and my older brother and my wife and his wife, and we're going out there just to hook up and chill out with all of us, and just
right.
Sturgis, I mean, we won't spend that much time in Sturgis, to be honest with you. We're going out there for the ride and the camaraderie, just to hang out.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's supposed to be anyway. I think that's what the spirit of Sturgis is, right? I think we all miss going out to all these bike shows, right? Where you get to meet all your friends from all over the world. In my case, it's literally all over the world, right? So whether we go across to Malaysia or go across to Thailand, there's a lot of people from around the region that will either fly in or ride in. And I know a lot of Aussies as well. Paul and I were actually were meant to meet up this year somewhere outside of Thailand and ride around Thailand.
That would have been good.
I know, exactly, right? But looking at the state of things, I highly doubt it. It's probably going to be this time next year. It all depends. But that's what I miss the most, all these bike shows and just the riding, and meeting good friends and stuff, people that you haven't seen for a long time. But Sturgis, man. And that's number one on my bucket list. I really wanted to do that, so it looks like maybe next year.
And like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking just to get away and relax, and like I said, just spend time with my older brother, and we don't see each other that much, and so we always have a good time. Yeah. How
long does it take to get there? Are you gonna fly and ride, or truck it there, or are you gonna really ride?
We're gonna trailer it there because the wives won't ride that far.
Okay. Yeah.
If they did, it'd take us a week just to get there. But it's about from here, it's about 980 miles, I think it is.
Yeah.
980 miles. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and we trailered the last time we went out there with the wives, and we left here about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we made an all-day drive, and we got there that afternoon late.
Right.
So we just got trucking. Yeah.
You'd want some ass left after that.
Yeah. Right. But I've ridden out there from here before. And the first time I went out there, I rode out there by myself. Actually, nobody went with me. So So, but it was a good time.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's good to be able to go on. I've done a lot of solo trips. It's not that I'm a lone wolf or anything else, you know. But I think, you know, people are people, right? We all have our idiosyncrasies. We all have our funny way of doing things. So sometimes just being alone is pretty good, and you get to just do whatever you like. You know, in my case, when I'm traveling on the road, I don't plan.
Absolutely.
I know my end destinations. The end destination, you know for sure, right?
Right.
But what's going to happen is that as you're riding, and then you see the signposts, maybe like 50 miles to the next town, and this town's pretty interesting. It's like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go off there, right? I head up there, get some feed or something, you know, stuff your face.
That's what I do. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the journey.
You got it. You got it.
Right.
Like you said, we all know the destination. It's all the stuff in between.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. And I've had horror stories where people join us on a ride, where for them it's the end journey, the end destination. They need to get there as fast as possible, which I thought is really strange, right? You know you're gonna get there. You know, you don't have to get there right now. You know, and then the guy gets upset when they decide that, you know, we're riding and we've got all communicators on, so we're talking to each other, right? And then we're saying, hey, you know, this town looks great, man. Fuck it, let's just go there and eat something. And I'm hungry anyway. And the guy goes, no, come on, man. Fuck, we need to get there. And then it's people like that I decide that, okay, you know, you need to go with a group that needs to get there on time. You need to be with this. We're the guys that are just going to get up in the morning as we ride, say, okay, look, I'm hungry, breakfast here, right? And I heard there's great coffee in that place, you know, and then, oh, this place has great Starbucks or something, I don't know, whatever, right? And then, there's a great beach here. Let's just go there and just hang in the beach for half an hour or whatever, right? And I think that's the way it's supposed to be. So I think solo rides sometimes means that you just don't have that baggage, the other kind of baggage, right?
Right. That's what we do with me and my older brother. He, like I said, he went out there with a group of guys from Maryland one year. I think they was 11 or 12 of them, and he said it was just all balls to the wall all the way, and this and that, you know, and then they got out there and it was just go from one bar to the other bar. Didn't want to spend no time, didn't want to do nothing or anything, and he said that was his last trip. And then like I said, we went out there, all four of us 2 years ago, and of course I knew my way around, so then I was kind of the tour guide, I guess you want to say. But I mean, we had no agenda or anything. We just did what we wanted, and we had a blast. So
when you ad lib it, it's always the best.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But what about you, Raleigh?
What's that, man?
What about you in your trips, solo or groups?
I do. I ride a lot with my son, but whenever we can, because he's a shift worker, and it's hard to get us to line up. And I ride with. I used to ride with a group which was all Facebook driven, and it had 250 in it, and it had 85 members that were over 55. And I think 6 of them were over 70. But in the big groups, it was good. But we didn't in any of those rides. We never went any longer than, say, an hour and a half trip. So it wasn't kind of the same type of deal. It is a point A to point B type thing. But if I go with my son and we do a long ride, you know, a few hours ride, definitely will. Whatever takes our interest, because we're on the comms, you know, oh wow, check out that car in the field or whatever, you know, or, you know, you're feeling hungry, feeling like a drink, whatever, you know, we'll just stop in, get the camera out or whatever. So but any real long distance, like, you know, 600-kilometer stuff, I've done solo. I haven't done with anybody.
Oh, okay. So, but I mean, where you at? Do they have a lot of motorbike shows and stuff, or do you need to travel pretty far for that?
Not really, no, not so much in South Australia. In the eastern states, yes, but of course the coronavirus is sort of choking that off. But not so much here. No, Adelaide's more of a car state than a bike state, or South Australia, I should say. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I did spend some time in Australia, and it was in Perth and Sydney, right? Obviously, Perth has a big Asian community there. A lot of people from Singapore and Malaysia are there. And then Sydney as well, right? But that's across different parts of Australia, and I noticed that maybe then, right, it was more of a, you didn't have a big motorcycle culture, right? It was more cars. You don't see that many. So when my friend and I decided to ride across the Nullarbor, right? Scott, if you don't know that, that's one of the longest highways they have that connects from the east to the west.
Okay.
I think it's it takes 3 days to get across, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. And we did that. We did that on a bet, so to speak. You know, we literally flew over to Australia. We started off in Perth. We rented a Harley, and we rode across the Nullarbor over 3 days to get to Sydney, which was really very interesting. And I realized that there wasn't a hell of a lot of motorcycles on the road, and that was in the early 90s, I think.
It's a different. It is different here to over in the US and the culture and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's similar, but I don't think it's as large. But mind you, having said that, on the weekends in summer here, every man and his dog's on a bike and up in the country, out in the hills, you know, chewing on every bakery possible that's in existence. So. But I suppose, everywhere's slightly different from somewhere else, isn't it?
That's exactly right, I think. But that's the let's see now. Looking at the map of Australia, Sydney and Perth are in the southern part of Australia. Is that correct? No, the northern part.
East-west.
East-west, right? Yeah.
Sydney's over the east coast, and Perth is over in the west coast. Adelaide's right in the centre.
Right. Hey, Jarvis.
Over the east coast, and Perth is over in the west coast. Adelaide's
Jarvis, I think you got your YouTube on, mate. It's the sound on your YouTube. Your YouTube channel's on sound, I think. So we're hearing. Yeah, cool. No worries, man.
I'm hearing myself.
Is that better?
I know. Yeah, man. How's it going, man?
Oh, good. Just back from a big trip. Feeling better from heat stroking myself too. I did that too. So.
Oh shit. Where do you go?
What's that?
Where do you go to?
Okay, so we went on a 8-day Northern Ontario, Canada, around Georgian Bay. So it was Owen Sound, Timmins. We took the ferry over to Manitoulin Island, rode through it to Timmins, Sudbury, Bala, Gravenhurst, Owen Sound, or Perry Sound, and then back home. So it was a pretty good trip. Lots of 5 Harleys. And I got some... I got some Harley guys that I probably going to need your address so I can send you a couple.
Yeah,
I'll hook you up.
I'll do that. I owe a lot of people fucking poker chips, man. It's so hard to get into.
I don't really collect them, so I'm more than glad to give them away.
Flesh, did you? I have my package.
What's that?
Yeah, I got it. Jonesy just sent me a package as well, and I got it last week. Imagine that's how slow the post office is.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But the good thing is that in my apartment, they send it straight to my post box downstairs in my apartment, so I'm cool for that. But getting to the post office is tough because first of all, it was closed for a while, and now that it's open, you literally had to stand in line for an hour or more just to get to that. So like, fuck that.
Oh, wow.
So I saw a couple of lines. So I told myself, no, okay, look, I know I owe these guys all these poker chips and stuff, and you is included.
But
right? When I go to
time.
the line, yeah, no. So it's not YouTube fatigue; it's fucking post office fatigue because you get in line and you count the motherfuckers in front of you, and there's like 100 people in front of you, right? Like,
and if you step over that little marker on the ground, if you're an inch over it, they're staring at you, giving it.
I know. I had I forgot myself and I stepped over this line, and this lady turned around and gave me shit for it. And I said, that was the final straw. So I was like, fuck this, I'm getting out of here, man. I'm gonna wait. There's no fucking line.
I got it in the grocery store there right at the start of the shutdown. I got yelled at by a lady. Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
All these Karens, fuck. Cunts.
I had a lady in the post office in front of me the other day, and I swear she must have been in her. Well, she had to be 60, in her 60s, and there was two people, and they take this package in to mail it, and they get in there. Well, she didn't have the zip codes on there, and the lady goes, "Well, we got to have a zip code." Well, can't you look that up for me? I'm sitting like, really, lady? Yeah. And there's like 6 of us waiting in line. I'm going kind of like you. It's like, motherfucker, I'm getting pissed now. It's like, really?
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I've learned to become a hermit or just riding on my own now. It's like whenever it feels like it, and the weather is pretty good because now it's, I don't know, with the pandemic, with the shit that's going on. And I think the Earth decides to do something completely different because in this time, normally, it's great riding season for us. It's sunshine all the way. You get scattering showers and all that. Motherfucker's been raining for the last 3 weeks. Fucking bike is like brown in colors or I don't know, dusty and shit. And plus, it's rusty as well. You know how Harleys are. Fuck. With all the rain and everything else, so I'm like, oh shit, I have to get it to wash and take off the rust and shit. And I can't. You'll
have to go into one of them shopping centers and put a coin in one of those little kids ones that you just sit and rock on. Just I'm out there doing it.
I should do that. Yeah.
Placebo job.
They come with a GoPro mount too, I think.
Oh yeah. They put a chest mount going like this.
Like, when the weather's shit, this is what you do.
Well, it's called winter here. It's called winter here.
But Jarvis, you were saying that you had heat stroke. I thought it's pretty. It's still not that bad now, right?
I hurt myself bad. I was planning a ride for my riding group, and I was setting it all up, and I was trying out different roads and routes, and over the weeks, and when I had a spare weekend day, I'd go on this ride. And I didn't bring any water, and I got about 30 miles from my destination, and I just started to get right in here. It just, all I thought was, even on the video, I say quietly to myself, I need a drink of water. And then I was like looking for a store. I was looking for a little, and I was out in the boonies, and there was these little towns, and they didn't have variety stores even. So then I realized I just get to my destination, and you see the speedometer just start opening up, right? So I got there, and I had a drink of water, and I had a beer, and then I went and got gas. Gatorade. I drank 2 bottles on the way home, and I wasn't feeling that bad. But for 2 weeks after that, man, I found out how old I really am. It knocked me down. I'd get home from work, and I apologize to anybody's videos that I didn't comment on because I didn't get to watch them. I fell asleep, and I'd wake up and my computer was like, "You probably had good statistics on your videos," because I rolled right through the whole thing right from front to back, and I wasn't even awake for them. Have Moto Will Travel challenged me to did an online challenge to me, and I didn't even know it happened. He had to notify me that he did it, right? So I had to get that done, but man, I was hurting. It's something you don't realize, and as a younger guy, probably wouldn't have bothered me, but getting up there now, and
You're
surprised me.
absolutely correct. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
absolutely correct. Because
it'll get you, and then it's afterwards that takes a while to get over it. So
yeah, you're right. I mean, to me is at least for me, right? I still think I'm fucking 20 and try to do what I used to do.
yeah.
And it does get to me sometimes, and I keep forgetting. Every time you stop, bad thing about people like me and my gang of riders is that we all smoke, we all fucking drink coffee. So smoking and coffee is not going to help you anyway. And being in Asia, it's fucking hot all the time anyway, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't watch yourself, and I had a couple of heat strokes as well, so that's no joke. You're out of it for the entire day.
Yeah,
that's just bullshit,
Wow.
Yeah, we had hot spell. Like they were hot days, and like more than we were used to. I mean, we went from winter to like a heat spell pretty much around here, and there was really like spring was winter, and then it went right to hot summer, and we just weren't used to it. I wasn't used to it, and I thought I was all right, and I found out that Mother Nature will tune you up every once in a while, smarten you up. But,
exactly. I think, and I was quite surprised though, because I've been to Canada, and I forget that sometimes the weather changes pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
So then you're just taken by surprise when something like this really happens.
Right. No, it was. I don't want to do it again. That's for sure.
Exactly. Hey, Mama Badger. I think this is the best time to get into watching the Game of Thrones, right? So, you'll be disappointed on spoilers on season 8, but it's still pretty good anyway.
Good show.
Yeah, I think the good thing about this whole business of being locked down and working from home is that you suddenly catch up on Netflix and HBO Go and whatever else streaming service there is, and I've never watched so much movies in my life.
You on lockdown, Fletch?
We're on what they call phase 2, right? So it's still essential services. They did open up the restaurants and everything else. Some people who need to go back to work, but in general, if you can work from home, you work from home, right? Which is me for the last 4 months,
right?
Basically. And they've opened up the restaurants, but then things are starting to creep back again. So I don't know if it continues for the next couple of weeks with no improvement. We might go into a second one. I don't know. They're trying to avoid it because it's fucked up a lot of places. We've just had. I'm watching every week. Either a restaurant closes down. Here in Asia, karaoke is a really big thing, right? So we all do go to bars and stuff. People like me will go to a bar because I can't sing for shit, right? And I don't want to scare people away.
I'd like to hear it though. I'd like to hear a demonstration of that. But anyway, that's for another day.
That's after a couple of whiskeys, mate.
Yeah.
That's after a couple of whiskeys.
What you're seeing now from the restaurant owners is they're starting to realize that having people in their restaurant is actually bad for business. And what I mean by that is they're doing takeout and they're doing patio. They're not indoor. They can put more throughput through and make more money on the takeout and just on the patio than they could opening up the restaurant. They don't have to have as many people on duty. And they're finding out that it's more lucrative for them not to open up inside.
Exactly. I mean,
people don't want to hang around sitting outside when it gets dark and the mosquitoes start coming. They want to just eat and get gone, right? And the throughput through the kitchen is faster doing takeout than it is serving it up and making it all nice on the plate.
Exactly.
They're slamming it in the styrofoam, shutting the lid, and putting it in the bag, and it's out the door. So
there you go. Yeah,
it's that's one of the things you're seeing, that it may change some of those people's businesses forever. They'll just not do that anymore.
Exactly. I mean, Starbucks has been based upon that anyway. even though you have a few cunts sitting down there the whole day with half a coffee on their goddamn laptops surfing YouTube.
Free.
Right? But most of it is, and it's free. You get free Wi-Fi and fucking you can even charge your laptop and shit. But at the end of the day, their business model has always been takeaway. Right? So they get the best volume out of it. Same with McDonald's and same with everything else. I mean, rarely do we sit in a McD and eat. So I think that's the best business model. As much
I'd
as
go there
possible
for a crap. That's about it.
Oh yeah, that too. They got great bathrooms.
Yeah,
because you know it's freaking clean, right?
I don't eat McMushy.
I know, yeah.
That's horrible shit.
I know.
Must be the way they make it over here. But it's no good. It's no good.
Mate, McDonald's. Okay, I must say this for McDonald's. They are very consistent. They're shit across the world.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could go to a...
Yeah, they're no more shitter in Korea than they were over here. That's for sure. They're no more shitter in China than over here.
Exactly, because if you go to a place and you're not too sure about the food, and like Korea, I know the first time I've been to, stay over, I've never been to Korea, but we do have stopovers when we do have to go to the United States. I always have a layover of a couple of hours. And the last thing you need to do is get the shits, right? So then you end up going to fucking Burger King or McDonald's or whatever. And I must say, McDonald's tastes as shit as it does in Singapore there. And the same in the United States or in France is worse because there you get McDonald's that you don't understand, right? Have you been to breakfast in McDonald's in France? Fuck, you know, fucking croissant. I don't know what the fuck.
I was just gonna say croissant.
Yeah, it's a Mac croissant, and they don't have fucking eggs and bacon and shit, right? That we nobody have for breakfast.
They're
right?
not going there. You can't even get that now over here. They cut out all breakfast. You can just get an egg McMuffin. That's about it. Hash brown. Okay. You can't buy the big breakfast and all that stuff. So.
I don't know how they get away with it. I mean, on TV, on the ads, you know, they got this person with a pair of tongs that takes a half an hour to put a piece of lettuce on top of the bun, you know, and yet when you get what you get in the box, man, it's just a mess. It's just absolutely, you know, like some pimple-faced kid just slammed it all together.
Exactly, fast food.
And then got the sauce and just, you know, spilled it everywhere in there and yeah, piss off. It's not good.
Yeah, that's true. I know. Good.
So
Wait till you try White Castle.
Bikers only find bakeries.
Oh yeah, no, true. Yeah. And that's the only thing I like about Starbucks because the good thing is it's pretty big. So across the highway that we're going across to Malaysia, every major rest stop has a Starbucks. So I know I can still get my bagels and a good cup of coffee, and I will also get the shits. Right. So last thing you need to do is on a long trip is get the shits.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, so we're gonna avoid.
If you're on an airplane, that's not really.
No, that's not good.
No, because the guy next to you is gonna be really unhappy, man. If you got the shits. Man, that's tough, you know. And it's worse for us because say we want to get to the United States or Canada, that's literally 24 hours or 22 hours on the plane, man.
Oh. That's the same for us,
right? Yeah. It's the same distance because I'm not too far away from Australia. It's about 2 hours or 4 hours, depending on where you guys are. I think the Adelaide's about 4 hours.
So is that with layover or is that direct?
Direct. I do have a couple. It depends on which part of the United States. So I know when I had to go to Chicago, from Singapore to Chicago, direct flight is 22 hours. Jesus, you know, and then you can't smoke.
Yeah.
Right? So the moment you're out and you pass the TSA, right, you're fucking sprinting for the door, looking for a place to fucking smoke, right? Because for the last 22 hours you couldn't fucking smoke, you know, drinking lots of coffee.
Plane. They got ashtrays.
On the plane?
They got ashtrays on the Russian planes. Sometimes they leave them over on this side during the slow season, and we've been flying on planes that had like dirty ashtrays in them. They go, oh, this one flies in Russia all the time.
Right. Never been on a Russian flight, so
they always find the ground too soon for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Smoking coal on the ground. I don't think I'd fly with them ever.
Oh man, that's tough, man. But traveling. But anyway, I think they haven't opened the border, so I don't know when is the next time I'm getting saddle itch. You know, seriously, that's a big thing here. Riding, I've never discovered my country as much as I have discovered over the last 4 months. You know?
Right. That's why we decided that we were going to go on the northern trip instead of, it was supposed to be the Ozarks.
Right.
So like down Tennessee and Arkansas. And so this was the makeup trip instead. So turned out that it was really good, but
Arkansas.
what's the matter with Arkansas?
I'm from Arkansas originally, yeah. I was born and raised there.
Yeah. I've been down Arkansas. I went to Nashville, Arkansas. Okay. I rode from Memphis over to there.
Matter of fact, well, Memphis is only an hour and a half from my place where I'm from.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm originally from Newport's where I'm from.
Right.
Yep. I was just down there, you're just a month or so ago. Yeah.
I was there in October.
Yeah. I'll be going back. Well, let's see. If we get back from Sturgis, I'll be going back, I think, in September, I believe. September, October, something like that.
We'd have probably been down there now.
Well, they canceled. They was going to have that Bikers Blues and
the other plan was to go to Memphis.
Okay.
For a week in that area.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I told Memphis Mike I was going to come and visit him, but
Memphis used to be a really cool town, but it's a shithole now. It's like Chicago. I mean,
Mike, when I was there, he told me, "Go here, stay at this hotel." He said, "Do not go downtown," is what he told me.
It's brutal down there now. It's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stay away from there. We went down to Texas and we had to go to Little Rock. I don't even like going down there anymore. I mean, it's just all those big cities like they're just gone nuts.
Yeah.
And
right now, yeah.
They're just crazy.
Yeah, there's people that I know that got family down California way, and they were gonna try to fly down there, and the brother of the guy said, "Do not come here." So
yeah.
Let her settle down first.
Northwest Arkansas, all up through the Ozarks and all up there. That's pretty country there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked. I short ride, like I was there a day down, and then I headed back to Indiana and then home. But yeah, I wanted to go back.
Yeah,
I wanted to stay. Winter was on the way. I wanted to stay right where I was.
You lying there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful country down there.
Yeah. So the plan was spring. We were supposed to go to New Hampshire. That was the plan. May 2 for a weekend. We were supposed to be there, and I don't know if we'll get there this year, or like if they don't open it up within the next month or so. The word was they were supposed to open the border tomorrow.
Right.
But now everybody's saying that they're gonna postpone it again. But I haven't heard officially that they did. If it opens up tomorrow, oh man, look out. Throw the princess on the back and we're gone. So get over before they shut it on us again. So
yeah,
we got friends in New Hampshire and they're out in the country. It's like be very safe. Just got to get there. That's all.
Right.
Yeah. I'm glad that things are starting to open up though, and people are starting to ride. Yeah. Like I said, pretty jealous of all of you guys because running around the island is not pretty good,
You was talking about the fatigue on. I got some video right now in my cameras that's actually still in my motorcycle. I went for a ride the other day and it's like, shit, you know what? I hadn't even messed with them. I mean, I filmed and did some video on, but then it's like, you know what? I ain't got time to mess with this shit right now. It's just I just don't want to mess with it. I mean, I've got some content that I'm just not going to mess with. I'll do it maybe before we take off, but I mean, it's like I enjoy my ride, man. I like you were saying, it's like you got to get out and enjoy the ride, because if it makes it too, if it's too tough to get out and do I mean, it's fun that I've been doing the videos for a long time, just for myself, you know.
Right.
Because I
For
can
us,
always
right.
go back and look at them and say, hey, man, I remember when I did this. And
Yep.
and then, you know, and then I got more people following me and this and that. But I'm not going to be that guy that's going to go out there. It's like, God, I got to get a video out every single day. I'm not. You got the wrong guy for that, because I go out and enjoy myself.
Exactly. I mean,
when it gets that way, it's like, you know what, it just ruins the whole thing.
So when I get in that position where I start to do that, I go back to my first video, it kind of brings me back to why I started doing this, because I say right in it, I'm not doing this to be 1 million subscribers and, you know, making my living off it. It's to document my life. It's to document our trips and where we went and who we talked to and that kind of thing, and the places that we've been and the sites that we've seen. Is to capture that. So if you look at my videos, that's basically, some days it's just her and I riding down the road talking, and it's just funny, stupid stuff that we talk about. You know, if there's a squirrel or a rabbit or something, but it's our ride, and that's what we're documenting. I mean, I'm going to be 80 or 90 years old, I hope someday, and not able to ride, but I'll be able to go back to YouTube and find out trips and kind of relive it.
Right.
That's what it's for. If everybody wants to come along for the ride, that's more than merrier.
That's what
I got 73 subscribers that I didn't have before, but you know, so
I've got a box full of old DVDs that before I even subscribed to YouTube, that's what I did. I put everything on DVDs.
Right.
And I mean, I got a whole box of them. It's like, well, hell, one of these days I'll go through those and maybe throw some, because there's some old rides.
Start a retro channel.
Absolutely. And it's like, because I was just thumbing through them the other day, and I go, man, I got a lot of these.
Yeah.
but you know, like I said, and I've met so many great friends on here just doing it, and through this Instagram and all that, and I'm grateful for all that and everything, and it's just like what we're doing now, chatting and stuff. But as far as like you said, making a living or this and that, that's not me. I'm just doing it, like you said, to document my stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got some friends that's not got to go to places where, you know, and they see it through me, I guess you want to say, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a subscriber that he said, don't play music over it. I want to hear the bike. He said, I like your sound. He said, don't be talking all the time. Just let me hear I think he maybe is shut in, that he can't get out, or
a little hit, right?
Whatever is floating his boat, but he like critiques my videos. So I did the one where I just said, okay, front view, here's what dude wants. He doesn't want all the side stuff in the rear view. He just wants to see coming out the windshield. So I did one just for him, and I got the thumbs up. He was happy. So I can keep one guy happy. I know what to do. So
I know. I mean, think about it. This is a little fallacy that we think that all those other YouTube guys out there that are having 1 million subscribers, and we're thinking they're living the higher life, you know, and you actually make money from YouTube, but that's fucking bullshit. I don't know if you watched you saw Bodine's post on Support MVC, and he put up a little chart and showed about how he's not earning that much and everything else. You know what fucking shocked me the most, but although I knew it deep down inside, was that he had 14.2K views, and he had something like I don't know, 1.3 thousand hours of watch time, and he was only getting $52. That just pays for gas, right?
Well, one tankful.
Yeah, one tankful. So you put in all of that fucking effort, thinking that, I mean, okay, if that was your idea anyway, to put out stuff to be the YouTube millionaire, and you get $52. I think it's fucking bullshit, man. But we all know
the guys that are making it are the guys that are up like 1.5 and 2 million subscribers. Those guys are living at it.
Yeah,
and
I'm not going to get anything out of the 6 subscribers.
They got like a bike channel, and they got their like home life channel and stuff like that. There's a guy in Toronto 6'4" Honda he's called, and he's got over 2 million. You know, and he's working at it. Like, it's a full-time job, but he's got a channel. His wife's got a channel. They got a family, like a house channel.
Right.
You know, he's got a gamer channel where he plays Fortnite. Like, and that's like where the big money is. Those guys are making huge coin.
But imagine the kind of effort you have to fucking put in to have 10,000 fucking channels on different stuff, and your main purpose of doing that is to get fucking money. I think that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
To me, is if along the way the shit that we put out gives us gas money, I'm good, right? Because I bought my cameras again to the GoPros and everything else.
That's a total fantasy for me.
Yeah, no, for me as well, right? So at the end of the day, it's I got my GoPro is because I wanted to record my trip up the mountain, right? If I happen to see, look left and there's a beautiful beach or something as I'm riding, and I get to keep that, and that's the reason why I got those cameras. Yep. The microphone was incidental because we had to do it's cheap anyway, but we've got our centers so we can record with that and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, is I didn't spend that money for YouTube. I spent it because it's part of the trip. I bought a drone also for the trip and my trips and riding. It's just great that I could also use it on YouTube. Right? So I'm not going to spend money just for YouTube. It's going to be about my rides and stuff like that, right? And if I'm going to end up getting gas money out of it, why not, right? But if it doesn't, it doesn't. So what, right? I'm not going to be pushed. As I said in the beginning of my of this video, of the stream, was that I don't want to be pushed. That every time I mount my bike, I'll get on the saddle, and then decide that I have to put on the camera. I have to say something, and which goes back to what I was saying earlier as well, is that content, right? At the end of the day, YouTube is YouTube. We could be talking about a lot of great stuff. We got a lot of interaction, but if it's not real content, YouTube's not going to push it out anyway.
Right.
So, do we need to have that kind of fucking headaches and push ourselves to a point where we start to hate doing what we're doing?
Not at my age.
Right. Exactly. Fucking too old for this bullshit. Right.
I'd rather watch my armpit hair grow rather than bust my ass doing that.
Yeah. Or in my case, trying to get a beard, right? So I'm trying to get to where you two guys are, I'm getting there.
Yeah, actually, I've got to do the beard deal. I think I'm getting this turkey neck thing happening here.
I know. Now I'm trying to get the grunge thing going as well. Maybe get my hair going, and then I'll still be like those 18-year-olds from Seattle or something.
You have to put the hat on backwards for that,
and pretend that I'm fucking Nirvana or something,
Just as long as you can do a burnout at our age, that's good.
Yeah. Still pretend we're 20. That's my goal, Although my body doesn't fucking cooperate most of the time, right? Especially when we're riding. So we used to be able to do 300 miles on the saddle. You just get, maybe when it's time to top up petrol, you get on, hit the gas, get on back on the bike, and you just go off again, right? I used to remember wanting to get to Thailand when we were younger. Of course, getting to Thailand is for obvious reasons, and getting to the end destination, right? And then what we'll do is we'll leave at midnight, so we would be flying across about 1,000 miles to get there, and it's we stop only for gas, and because it's coolers, right? So we're tearing down the highway just to get there, and we're still fine, right? At 20, 25. After 2 hours, I'm fucked.
Really?
I'm fucked. Right? I had to sit down, get my fucking popsicle, a couple of cigarettes,
couple of
coffee.
fags, yeah.
Right. I'm literally, we're all, you get, that you're all of the same age, right? Which when you get to the petrol station, everybody's on the wall, sitting down on the ground, leaning against the wall with a popsicle and a fucking coffee. Right, and then that's just a 200 mile ride, and that's it. 2 hours.
Well, you gotta get a cold wing, man. You can go a lot farther with one of them. I did.
Exactly.
I did from my house to Memphis in 16 hours straight. Stop for
Oh
gas.
my god.
One Burger King stop for lunch, and that was it. I left.
Yeah.
I left in the dark, and I landed in the dark. So.
Hey guys, we got 2 more slots. Why don't you come on in? Scouse, get your ass in here.
Oh,
And you too, Paul. Oh my god. Then things will start to kick up, and then from PG-13 we'll go to fucking RA here.
you got that right.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
As it is, I'm starting to fucking curse anyway. Scouse, mate, get your ass in here.
So, Mr. Jones, did you get my messages about Messenger and all that shit?
I did get that, and I haven't even looked at it yet, but I will when I get off.
Oh, all the work I've done towards getting that sorted out.
Fuck me.
Oh, that was funny. I just laughed when I read that. So,
Yeah. I got to be careful. I can't go too nuts on all that sort of stuff. Yeah, there's a reason for that, but anyway.
what
Scott's
the hell you
gonna
at,
come in.
Stevie?
He's prepping for a visit.
Come on up. I can sort of work in a smaller window here. There's plenty of room here between me and Fletch.
Yeah, mate.
We can
Yeah,
dip
I
over
can move
there.
aside.
yeah.
Hey, listen, I've got a lounge chair here, man. Fuck. You can get on there as well. And I think I have a guitar. Do I have a guitar there? No, fuck. That's the wrong
It's
fucking
very,
pic-
very,
that's the wrong
very
fucking pic-
Hawaiian,
You want to borrow?
Hawaiian theme you got there.
Yeah.
I got the boring grey wall here.
I was deciding to put something behind. I thought, fuck that,
Okay.
That's,
We're
hey,
gonna-
that's
we're
a
gonna-
Gibson, right?
We're going to start getting stuff
Oh
out.
my God.
We're doing
Yeah.
now.
My guitar is somewhere in the back there.
Les Paul Standard, 2013 gold top. My baby.
Oh man,
There you go.
Les Paul standard.
my
Oh,
effort.
wait. I realize there's a lot of guys out here that actually play the guitar and play instruments and stuff. I think we should get
I didn't
together
say
on
I
a live
played.
stream.
I just butcher songs. That's all.
I know. Yeah, we'd get a couple of whiskeys down our throat
Right.
and fucking take out a guitar. The
Right,
Les
yeah,
Paul
you're
is
smart.
excellent, man.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ. I'd hate to think of the result with me on that one.
We'll fucking be doing a Star Spangled Banner like fucking Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Pick up my Stratocaster and fucking.
Oh, we got one of them too.
Oh, you have a Strat?
Yeah, I got a. It's actually a Mexican, but it's a really good one.
I have 2. I have the Japanese Strat and I have the pre-CBS 1972 Stratocaster, which I don't touch because it's fucking, 1, it's expensive. Number 2,
one-
it's
This one's
Yeah.
hot. This one's like. This thing's been pimped.
oh yeah.
It's more Strat than it is Mexican Strat now. We got drums. We got drums here too. If anybody wants to make noise.
Well,
Fletch,
Miss Motor
might have
Teacher-
Fletch, put your link up a couple more times, man,
Yeah, I know.
because it
Let me
was
see if
done
you
like back at Christmas.
There you go. There's the link. There's the link. Miss Motor Teach, you play guitar as well, or you're in a rock band? Yeah, we should. Hey, listen. Let me go and grab something. You guys can still keep talking.
Show and tell night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, look, that's my effort.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Here we
There
go.
we go.
There you go. Stratocaster. Yay. But this is the Japanese one.
Yeah,
When they were doing it, and I
They're
suddenly
fine.
fucking can't see.
they're
Yeah,
fine.
they're pretty good.
Except for the chrome
Those
keys
nuts
doing
on
a number on it.
walls, they're fantastic. Those guitars.
Yeah.
These guys are looking for them. I seen
Exactly.
Miles Goodwin from April Wine using one of those.
These are good because I had this one since the 90s, and it's still doing pretty well, considering they really hold up well. It's the others that I worry about. The other one,
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Monteach.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Yourself.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Shooting the breeze.
Just to
Good.
let you know, because I'm getting this out of the way. I do this because I don't want to show my face yet, not because I'm
Oh, no.
paranoid.
No, I understand.
Well, that's comforting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this bullshit.
I don't know. You're starting to freak me out there.
I know. What the fuck's going on here, man?
Like Star Trek when they were trying to phase a guy in or out.
That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like beam me up.
You're going to disintegrate
Fletching.
into particles in space.
Whoa, there you go. You became a park bench there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, man. Get a wall behind me now.
It all happened when you went to get the guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there. I think it's my.
I'll have to
Yeah,
learn how to
camera.
do that though. That's really cool. That I want to do the chroma key thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they do it pretty good. See, it's just a blue screen behind me.
Oh, you got
Right,
blue. I thought it was green, or it had to be green.
No, you can be blue or green.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this
either
grey
or.
wall shit, that's not going to do nothing.
No,
It's better than Builder beige.
Yeah.
no, man.
That's better than what I have. I just have all my shit over there. Don't look there. Don't look there.
No, okay. we're not.
I'll lean this way.
Hey guys,
That's
you go and talk. I have to pick up a phone to do a quick call. I'm still on anyway, so I'm gonna just hop out for a little bit. Yeah. So you guys carry on and talk. And I'll be
We
back.
shall. We shall.
Okay. So anybody got any trips planned?
Not at the moment. Our winter's too unstable. You could plan something today and be absolutely stuffed with torrential rain and all the rest of it. So it's just no point for me at this time of the year.
So what's your
And-
location exactly?
I'm in Adelaide, South Australia,
Okay. Okay.
which if you don't know where that is, if you can visualize the country, I'm sort of in the center, but right down at the coast.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's nothing between us and the South Pole.
So yeah, I got a customer in Brisbane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 4,000 kilometers away from me.
Really?
So,
It's that far.
yeah.
Australia is bigger than we think it is up here. I think it's quite a
Yeah,
size.
well, it's about another 4 days travel from Brisbane up to the tip in Queensland. So, yeah, it's a reasonable
Right.
sized place.
So how
Yeah.
far from Sydney? So that'd be right across the country for you, wouldn't it?
Well, me being in the centre, Sydney's 1,200 kilometres away.
Right.
Yeah, but that's that. If you went by coast, it'd be a very long way. But we can go up and then straight across on the highway. So it's actually probably a lot quicker that way. But Perth is about 3 days drive in the other
Right.
direction.
I had a buddy in high school. Once we got done high school, he went to work in the big city and big factory, and he saved all his money. And he worked for a year, and he took a year off, and he flew to Australia.
Yeah.
Got off the plane, went to a bike dealer, bought a bike,
Yep.
and he just toured for a year. He toured the country.
Mm.
He said it was the best thing he ever did.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you're a young man, it's or a lady. He said he had girls. He bought a 400 Honda Super Sport, like a 77 or 78. Anyway, but he said there were girls on 900 Cowies just blowing right by him on the.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a lot of female riders in Australia. Certainly, South Australia. It's quite it's quite big. Girls are quite big on it. There's lots of big groups, and when I say big groups, it's probably 60 to 100
riders.
girls. Yeah,
so
riders.
There'd be that many all in a group riding together.
Yeah, they do all sorts of. They do also because I got a couple of friends that are in a big group, and they've just gone and done a weekend staying up at an old jail out in the country that's been converted. Like all the cells have got bedrooms now and all that sort of stuff. And I think they were just about kicked out of the town. They wreaked havoc.
Yeah.
So, but
see, around here, that would be really hard to organize a ride that size with that many bikes. Like you'd never be able. Probably down there, you got lots of open highway where you could all stay together, but up here it'd be too stop and go. My area is like lots of little towns and very populated, even out in the boonies. Like I live in a cornfield, but they you couldn't put a ride together that was be any fun at all. It'd just be you'd be waiting for people all the time, one way or the other.
Yeah, right. Well, once you get out of the capital cities, you're probably talking about a good hour, an hour and a half to 2 to 3 hours before you'll get to the next town.
Yeah, see, that'd be great. That'd be yeah.
So, but you just got to dodge the kangaroos and everything else.
Or the moose.
Hey?
He told me to watch out for the moose. I never saw one. I was looking for one. I had never seen one live. I wanted to see one. We never saw deer. One deer. We see more deer down here than we do up there. Saw a dead bear on the side of the road, but that was it. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to put anything together as that large and organize it. Now, I do go to a ride. It's the Bob Probert Memorial Ride. It's in Windsor, Ontario, near like across the border from Detroit. Now, he was a big hockey player back in the day. He was a fighter forward. Like he was always scrapping, and very, very popular Detroit Red Wings player. Like extremely. He died, I think, about 10 or 11 years ago, and they do a memorial ride, and it all goes to cardiac care for the Windsor area. So I've gone the last 3 years or so, and there's probably a couple of 100 to 300 bikes that go, but it's very well organized, and the police are 100% behind it. They basically stop traffic through the city to allow them to get out and get going. And it's quite a sight to see. It's pretty impressive. So,
but I think we'll be right back. That was good. I think the only memorial ride where we have a lot of people in, which is a regular thing, is Anzac Day. Even though I'm not from Australia, but we did have. Well, how do I put this? We're really close to the Australians and the Kiwis, and a lot of it is about the military as well, and they had a lot of the armed forces base here, and we were very close to them. So every year on Anzac Day or Memorial Day, we would go out, and I think there's a huge bunch of them. 100 of us will be on the bikes, and we'll be escorted by the traffic police and everything else to get there. And it's a really moving thing because we always do it at dawn, right? So everybody gets up at crack of dawn and go out and have a great Memorial Day on Anzac Day. So that's something pretty good as well to do.
Yeah. Well, the Probert one, like the fans are out at the end of their driveways. They've got big 24, his number, big blankets and flags over the hoods of their cars, and they're standing there waving. And you think you're like a movie star when you're in this ride. They just love them so much that they appreciate that guys are still looking after it, right? So it's pretty impressive what they do. They make quite a bit of money. They've been donating it to all the hospitals up there. So because he died on a boat out fishing on the lake, and died of a heart attack out on the. By the time they got him back to shore, it was too late.
Well, that's tough, man. But again, I like doing those kind of things and like being on those rides where you have a lot of people on the bikes and everything else. But here's the downside of being on a Harley, though, especially the older ones that we have, right? The 103s and below. You know, they get real hot real fast. You know, and you cook your nuts off by the time you get to your destination because you don't stop and start traffic as well. You know, and that's fuck. I've had this guy on one of the older bikes, and it literally just shut off. It's so hot. You
Yeah.
literally have to push up off to the side of the road and just continue going. I think that's the only downside of doing stuff like that, because you're on parade literally at 20 miles an hour or something, or less, right? Cruising up.
The goal's going all
So
over heat too in parade mode when you're doing that, because their fans run the air backwards through the rad so you get over 20 mile an hour, the fans shut off and the air goes through the tunnel and out the side. But when you're sitting parked, it blows the air out the front of the bike away from the rider. So you can get in that airlock system. But I was talking to a guy when we were on this northern trip. He was a real tech guru. He had a Garmin camera on a swivel, motorized swivel, and a joystick button on his dash that he could spin it around and photograph or videotape whichever direction he wanted. He was laughing at me. He says, "Oh, you're in the ancient time." But he was talking about that rear cylinder overheating on the Harley, and he got some kit thing that's supposed to control that it keeps the heat of that back cylinder down, whether it starves the engine for fuel or whatever it does. There's something about it that he said it works really good. So all the guys that I knew, they all got 103s except for two of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
They were all
I think
know about it.
That's what my bike has too. Mine's the 15 Limited, and it's a 103, but it's got that cylinder that shuts down.
Yeah.
And,
Do you remember
like
what they call it? I can't remember what he said, but it was
ETMS or something like that.
Yeah. That's
There's some name, like it was some funny, catchy name that they had for it. But
now they say the new Milwaukee's 8 or it's pretty smooth, but like when mine shuts down, it's not like it's like a damn John Deere. It's like
like the old roto pop.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like you think the damn thing's getting ready to blow up or something. But it works. I mean, I rode 2 years in a row. I rode the Harley parade. We had for the world record, and the first year, like you said, all the bikes were overheating because it was just brutal hot. And mine was fine. A lot of the bikes that had those little fans in it, like you were saying, and has that, they was fine.
But I think this ETMS, I think it's called, that works for the 103s, and I think in the beginning when they first introduced the 103s, you had to get it set up, then it'll work, right? Then I think after 2016 or 2015, the 103s were built that way already. The moment it starts to get to a certain temperature, but the 96 cams, my God, those are the guys that are breaking down because you can't program that in the EFIs, especially if they're carbureted, you're fucked, right? You don't have the chip there, so you can't program, because basically it's about programming into that chip that decides, at what temperature should you shut off the second rocker, what have you. But on 96, and especially those carbs, right? It's basically no electronic chip in there, so you can't figure that out. So then it just overheats and shuts down on you. So that's the big problem, though. So I know a lot of guys that friends of mine who are on 96s just don't go for those kind of events, because they know that it will end up pushing the damn thing off to the side.
Yeah, they're saying that, and I haven't ridden one, I don't know, but they're saying those new Milwaukee 8s that have that, they say they're pretty smooth now, transferring over to that now. So, but
yeah,
I want to ride one just for hell. I mean,
look at this.
Everybody talks about the Milwaukee 8s. I just want to ride one to see.
Hey.
Paul.
Jesus, bloody cross the mighty fuck with that shit.
That doesn't look like a motorcycle. That's not a motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening?
Mate, what the fuck are you doing in the car, mate?
Oh, I'm running around like a fucking blue-ass fly. Some fucking cocksucker broke into me fucking car this morning, knocked all my fucking tools off.
He put the steering wheel on the wrong side.
You must be fucking spewing, mate.
I'm not fucking happy.
It's on the right side.
I nearly caught the fucking prick too. Fucking about 1:30 this morning. fucking hear this fucking rumble bumble out the side. You fucking cunt. So I fucking raced out there with a fucking baseball bat. I fucking chased the cunt down the fucking road. He fucking took off in his car, smashed his fucking side mirror off. So if I find another prick around here with a fucking ute with a side mirror missing, I know who it is. He's going to cop a fucking flogging when I get him, I tell you.
What area are you in?
Tarneet.
Oh,
Melbourne.
yeah. What do you expect?
Fucking hell. So fucking sorry. Fucking, where were we? Fucking in Brighton, are we?
All right. Listen, guys, I got to get rolling, Fletch. Good talking to
All right, man.
See you, mate.
Thanks a lot, Jonesy.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Everybody take care and have a good one. Stay safe.
You too,
Yeah.
mate. See ya.
Have a good one.
Yeah. You too. Thanks.
Cheers, man.
So
Oh,
now I'm trying to get everybody set up for the day because I'm fucking, mate. You know, I can hack it and break it into, but when they take your fucking tools, it's a pain in the ass because now I can't. You know what I mean? Like I had a 9-inch grinder I had to give to one of the boys this morning. Couldn't do that. Got to go buy a new grinder. Had a bloody big turf broom thing that freaking, it's a motorized broom that bloody fluffs all the grass up. I haven't got that, so I've got to go get another one of those. It's just a fucking prick.
Sounds like you might need to do an insurance number on it.
Oh, it'd be fucking insurance for sure. Bloody,
Yeah.
they stole me fucking one of my gold detectors out of there. Well, that alone's worth about $8,000.
And your turbocharger and everything else.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Everything.
So what? They broke into your
the whole
garage?
shit and shooting match.
Nah, they broke into my back of my ute. Like it's all locked up.
Oh,
But what they've done is that you know at the back of the ute you got the tailgate that folds up and the top that comes down. Well, they've just pulled the whole friggin' thing out.
Oh wow!
Which is what woke me up. And
shit.
yeah, so
They weren't indigenous, were they?
no.
Right.
No. I think he's just some sort of fucking Aussie scumbag. Is what he was.
Okay. Probably some crackhead looking for another couple of bucks.
Well, in the last 2 years, right? I've had 2 trailers stolen with Kanga. So a Kanga's like a mini loader, like a little mini digger. I've had 2 of them knocked off with the trailer. So that alone's probably, I don't know, $60,000 a pop.
Jesus.
Go to crime converters, mate. Go to your local crime converters. I bet you all your shit's there.
I actually got something back from there once. And you know, this is the shit thing. You know, they just buy it. They don't do any fucking checks. They just buy it, and then I had to go to court to fucking get my own stuff back.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know, there's a company here called Cash Converters where you can take your second-hand stuff and you just drop it on the counter. They value it and give you a couple of dollars for it. Then they put it on the shelf and sell it straight away. Yeah. And a lot of these young kids, they'll go around and steal stuff from your house. And you go to your local Cash Converters company, and there's all your stuff sitting there.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, if they outlawed all the pawn shops in the world, thered be no theft.
Oh, yeah.
Because there wouldn't be any need for it, unless the guy wanted it specifically for himself. But I had my son had an amp for one of his guitars. He loaned it to a guy, and the guy pawned it. And I actually found it, and I told the guy that it was technically stolen. It was mine. I had the bill of sale for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they just told me to get out of the store.
Shit,
So I called the police. The police. They told me to talk to this one officer who's in charge of that. Right. So I left my name and my number for him to call me back about it. I still, to this day, have not gotten a call. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
Well, here's a funny thing about Singapore. Right? I just saw Mundane Life says they call them pawn shops in the States. Singapore is right between everything, right? So we have pawn shops as well. But funny thing is, we also got cash converters, exactly like from Australia. It's probably the same company anyway.
Cash converters, yes.
Yeah,
we got stores called New to You, so you can go in and pawn. It's just a pawn shop. You can just go in and sell it. And they got big stores with everything in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why we call them crime converters, Fletch.
Yeah.
I got to take a call though. You guys carry on.
Oh, we're back again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's
so Moto Teeth, you're awful quiet. What's going on with you?
I'm just watching you guys talk, and I can't necessarily.
Yeah, it was so entertaining. Bunch of old guys sitting around talking about motorcycles and stuff.
Oh, you're fine. You're
Huh?
fine.
So, sorry for my language earlier. I didn't realize there was a lady in the room.
Oh, you're totally fine. You can fucking curse all you want. I don't give a shit.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I'm totally fine.
So where are you?
Oh,
What's your
okay,
location?
I didn't realize. I just realized now.
You're totally fine. I knew what I got into because they were already cursing when I clicked on the link. So I was like, all right, let's just do it anyway. So I am currently living in the Arizona area, like Phoenix area.
So it'd be nice and warm there now.
Yeah. Actually today I managed to get out today and film a little bit because it's it's a nice 88. So it doesn't feel like when I'm riding that there's a blow dryer in my face.
Yeah.
But we've been in triple digits for a while now. So it sucks.
Yeah. It's
sucks.
dry though, where ours up here, like when it's hot, it's humid. So.
Oh yeah. No, I just got back from visiting my family in New Jersey because that's originally where I'm from. Oh yeah. Where you just get out of the shower and you're like, fuck, I can't get dry. What's going on?
Yeah. Fletch it back.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
When you first came back, Fletch, it looked like your head was stuck on the beach. You couldn't see your body, just your head was on the beach.
There's something about his fucking green screen bullshit, that does this. Every time I go off and come back.
Well, it looked kind of cool, actually.
You've got that kind of Martian look to you at the moment. You're a bit on the green side.
Yeah, as well.
Shit is
yeah. Fuck this.
Like Fletch, get it right.
There we go. We need to get the beach there going. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still looking a bit grey there, man, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Just fucking think I'm a zombie or something. Fuck that.
Oh, no, we'll just put it down to your age, that's all.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm getting there, man. Fucking, we're all getting there.
What, you'd be just on 50, wouldn't you, Fletch?
On that right now, so.
You'd only be just on 50, wouldn't you, Fletch?
57.
57. Oh, you're a bloody baby. Jesus.
Fuck.
You fucking old bastard.
Not the year.
I'll tell you about
58 if you're talking years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying a word because I'm gonna make everything worse.
Yeah. Baby compared to us old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like an alien.
Right.
So I want to learn how to do this green screen. Can you make that moving? Can you make it a video that's actually moving? Or does it have to be a stagnant picture?
It will. I think for like Skype and everything else in Zoom, you can do that. But for StreamYard, you need to get the paid version. Then you can do that. So then I can get people running behind me on the beach.
Biker videos in the background.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I tried it and I realized I didn't pay for this shit. So fucking free. So I'm stuck with the beach, which is fine. Right. Which is what.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Right. Prefer that anyway. But not like Paul. You should be on the beach, right, Paul? Paul, mate.
Hello.
You should be on the beach. No, you're in the car. Oh, fuck, you lost it.
What, you have an accident?
Stop wanking, mate. Hey, stop wanking off, mate.
That's it. so much for driving and phoning.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
Oh, no. What the fuck's going on?
I don't see any airbag or anything, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, no, there's no airbag action going on there.
Yeah.
No,
mate,
we're all good.
Just see your legs, mate.
Yeah.
No, you reached for the phone and the phone fell, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that
whatever. No,
I don't see.
Everything just.
I don't see
some bastard just stole it.
He probably stole the car while he was sitting in it.
Oh, you're gonna get lots of funny videos if someone stole your video, your camera, mate.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
There we go.
There we go.
That's the Australian internet service.
Oh, yes, it's excellent.
Wins the sucks trophy. I know. I asked it. Oh, look, yeah, hook up with cable. It'll be awesome, fantastic. Yeah, cost you only another $1,000, whatever. You hook up and it's crap.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you can't go backwards. They won't let you go backwards. They won't let you unplug it all and just go back to air.
Mine was better when I had ADSL.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's correct. I'm on fiber now. And it's fucking bullshit. Gets worse by the middle of the night because every fucking body gets home and everybody's on Netflix. And you feel like you're on the fucking modem.
Five didn't work for us. We got rid of it.
That's
good
the other
move.
Shit. That's the other shit here too. Like I've got nobody can be at my factory at the moment because the bloody internet's down. They've all gone to home, but there's that many because everybody here is in lockdown. There's that many people on the internet.
Yeah.
The thing constantly drops out.
Mm.
It's a freaking nightmare.
Next time I go to church, I'm going to complain. Go, God, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, there you go. So we could. So that's not going to happen in the next 5 years.
Oh no, not here with Telstra. Jesus Christ!
No, I mean you go to church.
Oh yeah. Well. Last time I went was when I got married, and that was sort of 30 years ago.
Mate, if when I walk into a church, the fucking walls start shaking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lose weight.
It ain't that, mate. It ain't that.
Oh, okay.
I tried to do confession once. I had to put a bloke on overtime.
That's not enough on this rosary for you to go through, mate.
That's it.
Or basically, he's just going to push the screen across, right? Go, listen, mate, you fucked.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's tossing himself off on the other side there.
Oh, my God. Oh, we're the worst. Oh, anyway.
So what's today's topic? What's today's topic?
Fletcher's chucking in the towel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're doing what in the towel?
He's chucking in the towel.
Oh, chucking in the. I thought you.
I get where you're coming from. Jeez, you're a healthy mind.
I just was thinking on a whole different level there because I know Fletch.
You're still on that. Yeah.
I said I know Fletch. He's into that Blue Oyster Bar stuff and that. So I just thought it might have been something about chucking in putting something into a towel. I wasn't quite sure.
No doubt.
I was thinking about that as well. The Blue Oyster Club. Oh my God. Unbelievable. No, what's it all about is just me moaning, mate. Fuck about YouTube and shit.
So it's just a normal day, in other words, Fletch.
Yeah, basically. fucking moaning on this thing here about YouTube and shit, right? Because honestly, what got me going was, which I didn't say in the beginning of this, was that I managed to cross the 400 subscriber thing. Yep. And then on the last stream that I did together with Chopperfed, we already crossed it. It was like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, right? And we all crossed it. And Miss Motor Teach was on, and we got people to push her across. And I know at one point you were 60, and right after the stream.
Yeah, I'm 73 now.
Yeah, but you were 60 then.
I got 60 too.
There you go.
I got 5, I think.
Yeah. No, fuck. So what happened was that we know everybody was going up and everything else. I actually reached about 430 a couple of weeks ago, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, bum! It drops all the way to 389 or something.
Oh, yeah, you know why?
Wow, you're like our politicians.
You know why, Fletch?
Yeah.
Fletch, you know why? Because you're shit.
I know.
Hey, look, ride nude, man. Ride nude. You pick
No, it's true. I should fucking. No,
Have the, have the
actually,
love
just get on-
sausage flowing around.
I can't believe
know.
you're three. I can't believe you're 3 fucking 80, let alone fucking 430.
Exactly, right? I
If I was
should
you,
get on
if I
a
was
moan.
you, I'd be fucking happy. I'd be fucking popping off fucking poppers and shooting fireworks. That's the 380.
Going up to Coles and getting lemonade.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did that happen about 3 weeks ago, Fletch?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that happened to me as well. I actually said something to Roddy in the Ozarks as well about, because it happened to him too. I was up at like 270 something, and all of a sudden I came out the next day. I dropped out of 250. I went, what the fuck happened here? And then within like a week, I was back up to like 260, 266, and then back up to 275. I don't know what happened.
I wonder if, because I was like, I forget who was saying it in one of the last live streams, is that if somebody subscribes to you but doesn't actually interact with you, doesn't watch your stuff, YouTube will eventually like get rid of that subscriber for you.
Well,
And
I don't know about that. I mean, otherwise I'd lose most of my people.
That's impossible. That's impossible. Everybody that's on my channel watches my stuff religiously because I'm such a gun. I'm such a gun. Like everybody watches. I'm surprised I haven't got my own Tonight Show, to be honest. That's how good I am.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago. I lost a few too, and I was like, "What the heck happened?" And
I think
not to that many. I didn't lose 25. I only had 27. I think at the time.
I'm not having that problem. I'm having no notifications. People putting out video. I have to go through all my subs and see what they've put up. I'm getting sporadic notifications on people.
Yep. I'm the same. I cop the same thing. Like even Fletch. So I've got. Now, I know I've got Fletch on my thing because every time Fletch comes up, I'll watch it straight away, right? Well, it doesn't happen anymore.
I noticed that for a lot of people, yours included, because I know that I made sure that for everyone that I've subscribed to and all of you guys, that I would make sure that the bell is for the one that tells you all the time, right? There's two versions of it, right? So I make sure that every time I go in, I'll make sure that's done, right? Now, over the last week, I know this Motor Teach, you put out one. Roland, you put out one. Paul, you've put out one.
Yep.
I had to go find you guys. I didn't get any notification whatsoever. Right?
You know, I was the same. The only reason I knew this was because it came up on Instagram. That's why I said to you, when's this on? Because there was nothing coming up on Facebook, on YouTube about it. Like normally I get a notification. But I got nothing. And even Scouse, even like Scouse Adventures.
Oh, same,
Same thing. Like all these new stuff that's coming out, I'm not getting notified. I'm the same, and it gives you the shits because you got to go through every freaking video out there to try and find them. And the other thing is too that I'm finding is once I've watched something, it still comes up as they've got new content out, and it's not right.
Yeah, I think it's the algorithm, and that's something that I was talking about earlier. And like I said, one of the reasons why I'm out moaning about this today is because, you work so hard, and you realize that all of these things are happening, then you lose the subscribers. Exactly, right? But then I came to a realization that at the end of the day is we cannot let that be the main motivation, right? The whole thing. So we should go. I should. I'm talking about myself here. I should go back to what I used to be doing, do it for the right reasons, and last but not least, create content, because this is the other bugger about YouTube. I know motor vloggers, we all basically keep to a particular formula where we're on the bike, when we're talking to our subscribers and stuff like that. But here's the weird thing: YouTube doesn't think that's content. That's just you shooting the breeze, right? But if you put out a review, if you talk about your bike specifically or stuff like that, then that becomes content, and then they start to push you out. Otherwise,
absolutely. Yeah, like I got an exhaust video on an R1 that's got 25,000 views.
But that's because they're pushing you out, right?
Yeah.
So it comes down to my to the YouTube fatigue. So I realized that I'm not going to stick on a camera every time on the bike. I'm just going to enjoy the ride. And if it so happens I happen to have the GoPro with me, I might stick it up. Who knows, right? And just enjoy it.
Well, I think what I'm going to start to do, like rather than do this whole, I know they keep saying you got to keep putting content up and all that stuff, but I've sort of gone down. I want to put up really as good a content as I can get. So spend a bit more time on it and really, really make it, worth, almost a bit more cinematic. And I don't know if you saw my last video that I put up. I concentrated on that. And
I don't get notifications on you.
and I was really happy with the way that came out. My biggest issue at the moment is, especially here, is this freaking COVID-19 shit. But we can't go out again.
So you guys are screwed. Yeah,
it becomes very, very hard to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really, really tough. I'm going to do the next video I'm in the middle of doing at the moment is I'm going to go through like essential, what I believe to be essential upgrades, and that'd be comfort, safety, and performance. And I'm going to do a bit on like on the suspension, on the SNS Talk Cam, the what's his name, the LED lights, all that sort of stuff. All those sort of upgrades that I've done. That's what I'm going to do next.
Trying to get him distracted here, mate. You can see this.
Me?
Do you remember this?
What
do you think this is?
You're a dickhead. You're a dickhead.
Oh my god.
That's Fletch in the Blue Oyster Bar, mate.
That's me in the background there, mate.
That's right.
Yeah. Now, I'm working on that mustache,
I swear to God, Fletch, I am going to buy myself a set of those leather chaps, and I'm going to send you a photo of my bare ass in them, and you're going to put that up on your wall.
Oh, fuck me. I'll be wanking off that every single day, mate.
Exactly. I'll send 3 pair of socks across with it as well.
Oh, nice, man. I could have put it on as well. Hey.
And a jar of mayo.
I know, man. I got my own mayonnaise.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Police Academy, man. Oh, that's the best.
I've been thinking about doing chucking up a quick video going, thanks for watching season 1, season 2's about to come. And just unplug for a little while and just enjoy, hitting the bike and all the rest of it. Because I just got the drone and I want to get used to that. And I want to there's some cool places that I'd like to show some people. But
which drone did you get, mate?
I got the Mini 2, the MAvic Mini.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's that small. I can shove it up my butt. It's really good. So, the quality, it's all in the oyster bar theme,
I must keep that in mind next time I got to buy a drone.
Yeah, that's it.
Just be careful turning the propellers on. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you take them off.
Mate, have you guys watched Deadpool 2?
Yes. Oh my gosh!
Right? Yeah. It's the Kiwi bloke, the Kiwi boy. He goes, I gotta reach into my prison wallet here, mate, and dig it out. It's called a prison wallet, mate.
Prison wallet. Okay, that's different. Pretty good.
I got a mate that works in the prison system. He's a guard. Right. Mate, some of the shit that they find, like, oh my god, like how fucking desperate and I don't know, depraved are you to hide shit like they hide, mate? Fucking hell.
It's the house of sick puppies.
Oh God Almighty.
Man, they got a little room to themselves, mate. So they got nothing else better to do and see how much they can stuff the prison wallet with, mate.
Fucking hell. Sure. Just change your stomach.
That's a worry.
That's a good one. But Roland, Rolly, it's a good thing. Good on you to you got yourself a little drone, right? But you just got to be careful with the Mini though. It doesn't have strong enough motors, so you have to watch the wind. So you should download a little app on your phone to be able to see the wind speed, right? So
Yeah.
if anything above 15 kilometers, don't put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
before buying it, I mean, I could have gone the next size up or even more, but I
Right.
really don't want to have a big bulky backpack on me or put the rack on the bikes and all that sort of stuff. I just wanted something that could be pocketed.
Right.
After watching many videos and that, well aware of the wind sort of conditions of them, yeah, definitely got to be in a nice, very gentle day.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not looking at trying to do, like coastline scenery or anything with it like that. It's just, up sort of 20, 30 meters and away probably 50, 60 meters type stuff. Pretty close and handy to me. Job done, finished, pack it all up, stick it in my pocket and ride away. I don't have to, put saddlebags on the bike or anything just for the sake of a bloody drone. But the quality of the Mini is really good though.
I've got the same one. It's a handy little unit. I got the protective case, like a Pelican case type for it. That came with the cutouts exactly for the unit, the battery, the charger, and remote. And you can leave the controls on the remote. You don't have to take them off every time. Yeah.
So you got the Fly More kit or something?
No, I bought it all separate. And
you bought it all separate.
I bought 5 batteries, which was really hard to find them.
Oh, that's all right.
They finally sent. I got 5 batteries, so I'm good for time wise. I can put it up for a long time. But the app does tell you when the wind's too high for it. It'll put a red banner across and tell you to land. So it will warn you. So.
Well, the purpose of this was to put the drone in the pocket, bending propellers, allowing, and batteries in some other pockets, and just go like that. Because I hate putting racks and shit on my bike. I just like it as is.
Right.
Yeah, so that was convenient. But for what they are, they do brilliant photography. They're really good.
Yeah. I mean, you got full HD as well.
Yeah,
I'm looking at upgrading to the Mavic Air 2.
Yeah,
the new one out because I've got the Mavic Air now, and it's a grouse drone, but I just want to get it's just you get more flight time with the Air 2, plus they're not using the Wi-Fi anymore. They're using
Wi-Fi
system.
Yeah.
So it's you're getting a lot better range and a lot better tracking ability, like to track you when you're riding and stuff. So. That's what I'm going to do because the first trip I do when we get out of this shit, if we ever get out of it, I want to do that whole the trail. It's like a trail here that of silo art. So there's like
of whose art? What was that?
Yeah, silos art.
Silos art.
Yeah, they got these. I mean, if you're in Australia, they are. But there's like these big wheat silos, and they've got this artist puts these magnificent bloody paintings on the side of them, like the full height, and it would just look awesome getting shot by with drones and stuff. So that'd be good if we ever get out of this shit.
Yeah, no, I think you should get the 2 because OcuSync is the thing they use for the other drones as well in DJI, and trust me, you will never ever lose connection. Never had that problem.
Yep.
Right, because if you're out in the sticks, right, and that's where Wi-Fi goes to shit, and
that's my problem. But normally where I'm filming, I'm out in the sticks.
Yeah, and Wi-Fi is fucked. They could say that you shouldn't be flying around the urban areas because that's where a lot of Wi-Fi. But it fucking sucks when you get out into the sticks as well, right? And then you lose connection, and you're worrying that the fucking thing's gonna drown or something. And then with OcuSync, you just don't have to worry at all. I know it's a bit of money, but I think it's pretty. I'm not sure how much does it cost in Australian dollars. The Air 2.
I think it's about $1,600, something like that, from memory.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, $1,600 or $1,800. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about there.
It's not too bad, really.
Yeah.
Especially because I'll sell the other one. I should get you probably get $1,000 for it. So you really only spend an extra $600 or $700 for the new one. So. And it's no problem.
Yeah, we got Smitty. Hey, Smith.
Smitty,
Man, you gonna get your ass in here?
hey, Smitty, I sent that GoPro off for you too.
Hey?
I had an old GoPro, a GoPro 3.
Oh, you sent it to him?
Yeah, because I don't use it at all, and he was wanting to do his 4x4 stuff. So we were in a group chat back here, and he was saying he was going to try and get an old GoPro. So I've got one. You can have it because it's I don't use it. It's just an old Hero 3. And to put on the side of a 4x4.
Yeah. Smitty, get your ass in here.
And to put on the side of a 4x4 would be fine, you know. Yeah, Smitty.
Yeah.
I don't know, Smitty.
Put the can down, Smitty, and get in here.
Yeah, fuck. Toys 4B, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Excellent, man.
Where's Scouse?
Yeah,
I thought he was coming in.
No, he couldn't. He's, I think, planning a trip or something.
Oh,
And
he's
he was
soft.
doing something with his brother. Well, he's probably on the
soft.
sauce anyway. Fuck.
Yeah, he's a soft.
What do you call him? A soft cock?
Yeah, soft guy.
Soft cock. Anyway, Miss Motorteach, you've been on a ride, right, recently?
Yes.
Have you?
Like, I would say about an hour ago.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, just
pipes are
regular
still
ride. No, what I
tickling
meant,
down.
what I meant was that have you been on a longer ride recently? I thought I saw one of your videos that you've been. No.
No, I was in New Jersey for the past 3 weeks visiting my
Right.
family. This is the only time I get to do it. So I went on a hike with my brother when I was out there.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what I saw. Yeah. Hey. Oh, you fuckers all in the car.
Yeah, it's lunchtime. I'll fucking echo too because I've got no mic, no earplugs.
No worries, mate.
I can only be on 10 minutes. So I've got to go back to work.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, everyone.
Hello.
How are you, Smitty?
Hey, buddy, you go. Thanks for that, eh? Because I'll put that on Rick's bull bar when he's full driving and he can fucking film something instead of using mine.
No
worries. That'll help us out a bit. But,
all good.
It's fucking raining here today, and I think it's one of the coldest days we've had so far. It's fucking freezing.
Whereabouts are you, Smitty?
Mid-North Coast, Taree, up the east coast of Australia.
Oh, I love Taree.
Yeah, no, it's a good spot.
Yeah,
Especially better now you got a four-wheel drive, you can see all the bush and the lookouts and all that. It's just another perspective of the place. Whereabouts are you?
No, I'm down in Adelaide.
Adelaide, oh yeah. Over the border from the Victorian Mexicans.
Safe.
Safe. You don't cross that border. you might get probed or something.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, I've just come home. I'm talking to you, blokes. And while I'm talking to you, my wife's answering me in the other freaking room. So I walked in this room and said, I'm not talking to you.
Yes, you are.
Hey.
Mrs. Mototech, I seen your nature walk one video the other day too. That was pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
No, I don't mind stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to do with mine, with the four-wheel driving and me motor blogging with the bike and everything, just sort of mix it up for everyone.
Yeah, that was a good video, that one.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna step out for a few minutes and I'll come back.
All right, mate. No worries.
I want to be
Wipe properly.
Take it easy. Anyway, I got fucking.
Speedy, what have you been about?
Hey?
What have you been doing?
Like I said, I've been forward driving and video. I got fucking about 8 videos to do before driving. Just trying to pick the best ones or catch up really with the editing. But And also, I want to try and get out on the bike again because I've got to do Scout Governor's 7-question challenge. That's been lagging. And also, I've got to do an update on the meetup in August to see who's going to come and let everyone know the prices of the cabins.
Where's this? Whereabouts this?
Oh, that'll be at Nora Head down in between Newcastle and Sydney on the central coast. And then
okay, I know that.
Friday night, Saturday night, and then on the Saturday we'll take a ride to Bar Beach, which is in Newcastle, and Stockton, which is over the other side, north side of Newcastle. Nelson's Bay for a counter lunch at the pub there, and then shoot off to Anna's Bay, which is just around the corner, and then back to the caravan park for a few more drinks and whatnot.
Yeah, that's excellent.
So the COVID stuffed it all, eh? Like we don't know who's going to come and whatnot, and especially like with the Victorians. I know G-Spot and HD, they were coming up. They're still. I say they won't. Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen with this whole. Everyone's trying to smuggle each other across the borders and everything. They had one dude the other day. He was in the boot of a fucking car, and they got him on the border, and he got $4,000 fine.
Yeah, $2,000 fine on that.
Yeah, $4,000 fine just fucking in the boot of a car trying to get across to Queensland.
Jesus. Yeah, marijuana sales have been shocking.
Yeah, I reckon it would be.
No one can ship it around.
Nah, that's it. And they've been catching a lot of drug dealers too, eh? Because they're on the border. They still trying to smuggle the shit across at night time and everything. They've just been busting them real bad.
86-year-old grandparents in the caravan taking 70 kilos.
Yeah, all packed around the cupboards and shit. They need to watch the Mule Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah. But
I'm going to shut it down.
Sorry, mate.
All right, man. You just take care.
We'll see you later.
All right. You have a good one, mate.
All right. Have a good night.
Cheers, mate.
Someone's echoing badly. I know it's not me and Miss Mototech.
No, be me. I told you I'd be echoing because I haven't got earplugs.
Is that what it is?
But, you only got 3 more minutes, then I've got to bail.
No worries,
mate. Yeah. I've got earplugs here at home. My other phone never used to do it. It used to be fucking real good, but this new one, it echoes and it carries on.
No.
Yeah. But Fletch, yours too. I can't ring your bell. Turn your bell on because I think you got I got adults only on my channel, and I think you got where your kids can watch it, and it won't let me ring your notification bell.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people tell me that.
Yeah.
And what happens is I go into my settings.
Yeah.
And I switch the shit off.
Yeah.
And it's still that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're not the only one. There's another one, that Mohawk Moto, who's usually on Spike's channel. He's another one. He's another one. I click the bell and it won't work. There's 2 or 3 of them I follow. Yeah. I just got to go into the chats and the videos to see if they put one up. Because other than that, I can't know where they're on.
We were just talking about it just before you came on.
Yeah.
It was basically we're getting the same problem.
Yeah.
Where a lot of us are subscribed and we don't get to see the others that put up the stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking dog.
And then you go and look at their channel and they got fucking 5 videos up that you got to catch up on.
Exactly. Very annoying.
You can't I got so much editing to do and I can't even find the fucking time to do that. But anyway. But on the 13th of every month I do that live stream.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I think I may have Yo-Yo coming on the next one from New Zealand.
Nice.
The postie driver, so that'll be a good one. I did Rob from Down Under just last week, and the first one I did Joy on a bike. She's a trooper. My first one, she came through and helped me out. So that's the plan. Yeah, 13th of every month I'll do a live and hit them with the 13 questions, and ask nitty gritty questions and a few funny ones. So they've been loving it. That's a good thing.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll have to drop in on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get it out there, just to change it up. And it's not your standard, how long you've been riding and things like that. It's there's a few other that's there, but there's other ones as well. What you've got planned for your channel and what you've put into.
No.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's 1 o'clock, guys. I'm gonna have to go. Lunchtime.
No worries,
mate.
But
thanks for dropping in.
Nah, not a problem. I was always
what's for lunch? Pie and a beer?
No, I had fucking hot chips and I got ripped off. It was only half the size that I wanted.
Assholes.
But especially on a cold day like today, you're actually looking for it and you got fucking half the serving that you got. But anyway, cheers, guys. Take it easy.
All right. Thanks, mate.
Later.
Have a good one. Oh, okay. The echo is gone. My dog was going bananas, and I had echo everywhere.
Yeah.
Couldn't bloody hear. Yeah. So that's the story, right? I don't know.
So what are you planning on doing then, Fletch? What are you going to do from here on in?
Oh, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put out stuff that I think I want to put out, right? I'm not going to strap a camera on when I feel like I'll strap on the camera when I feel like it. But I'm not going to do it because I have to.
Yeah.
And also, if I'm going to put out something, it's got to be worthwhile anyway. I think a lot of people don't want to fucking listen to me moan and groan or whatever on a bike for 10 minutes, even though I can think of a lot of things to say, but that's, not what I want to do anyway. And probably people are going to be sick of looking at my mug as well, right? So I'll put out things. I got a couple of, maybe a review on a few things, and maybe talk about a few things, but everything content related.
Your reviews are good. I like your reviews. The way you break them all down and go through all the elements on a bike, and that on a review is really good.
No, and because of the lockdown and the dealership going down, I can't do any of those as well, because they got a few more bikes that I can do as well. But so anyway, and then the other thing I was talking about was the music, right? And I want to get back into music.
Okay.
And start doing it. I don't know if I should do it on this channel. I'll try it out. If I start to lose a few people, then I'll just shift it on to another channel and see how it goes from there, because that's the other love, right? Then I would love to do. So yeah, that's basically it, And then of course I'll continue doing the dynamic duo show that me and Brett
that's
are doing.
good.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy doing that, and so does he. It's just that he's just had a kid, so that was on Independence Day, I think, in the United States, right? It's July 4th that he had a kid, so it's been hectic for him. So I think the next show will be on the 7th of August, thereabouts, and I'm not sure what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about something, right? And I'll just keep it going from there. We've got a few guests and everything else. I think what's great also is we can bring in some guests in. Right, I'm trying to get this lady motor vlog from my side, Singapore, who I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I probably have. That she's ridden on a Vespa from Singapore all the way to Europe on a Vespa. Wow. Yeah. So her idea was that to show that you could do a long ride, and it doesn't have to be a Harley or a BMW or anything else. She literally rode a 125cc Vespa. Right, it took her, I don't know, a year and a half to get to Europe, but she made it, right? And I would love to have got her on the show. It's just that I probably have to change the date anyway, because like the weekdays for us, it's a bit tough. Like right now, it's a working day for me, and it's 11 o'clock in the morning. That's why every now and then you can see me pop out, and I'm taking calls and looking at my emails and stuff. But probably do it on a Saturday, so she's free, because Fridays when I do it, she's she's got something on anyway. So I'd love to have her on, and then have her talk about her entire journey, right? And what's it like to be a lone female rider on a Vespa, riding tens and hundreds of thousands of kilometers from Asia all the way to Europe. I think that's really excellent. So I'm trying to get her on board. So stuff like that, and so long as we can get something interesting going, that's
I
what
would
the
love
dynamic
to
duo is
hear her
about.
story.
There's a Turkish lady who was living in America and suffering from real deep depression, and she decided to get like a naked bike, and she went back to Turkey and rode all around it, and she's done a video all about that, and that's brilliant. I don't know if you guys ever see. I'd have to actually look it up and actually post up the link on it, but it's really good, that one.
I think I saw that. Yeah,
very professionally done. It's like she had a film crew with her, but shit, it was good.
Yeah.
But this would be interesting, talking to this person with the Vespa. That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
I know, she's really very good. I mean, she literally just quit her job, right? She was in the finance. I think she was working for a bank, and she decided that, I think one of the reasons why she decided to do it is because, not that she was getting any older. I think when she did it, she was like 28 or something. And because her good friend passed away, and she decided at that young age, she didn't get to see the world. She didn't get to do anything. And this was number one on her bucket list. So she decided, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit my job. Just fucking did it. 1.5 years. That's insane. Right. But, and she met great people, and well, anyway, I'll let her talk about it. It's better to hear from her. So I'm trying to figure that out. Hopefully on the next stream, I should be able to get her anyway.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's probably a bit hard now because everybody, like, there's so many of us doing this, and everyone's trying to find their own little pocket to work in, you know what I mean? To make it interesting and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. Like I said, for me, I'll just randomly chuck the camera on and just go for it. And if anything's good, I'll put it up. If not, I'll just leave it. But with the drone now, I want to try and show a few things that I think people find interesting. Whether they do or not, it's another thing. But I've been thinking about just like shutting down for a short period of time and calling it end of season 1 and beginning of season 2 type thing, and just not worrying about it. One, the weather's no good, and two, I think everyone needs a chance to sort of sit back and refresh their ideas on what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's the reason why I decided to do this. I mean, I've been away for about 3 weeks, I think. I haven't put up anything, right?
Yeah.
Was your dealership down, is it?
Hey?
Is the dealership down or shut down for the moment?
No. It's back up.
Oh, okay.
It's back up. But what I'm saying is that I haven't done any videos for the last 3 weeks because of what I've been talking about, the YouTube fatigue and everything else. So I think it's great that we should just take it easy.
Yeah.
Do what we enjoy. And again, what Rocket Rider 510 was talking about in his last video, that YouTube basically is only about pushing content, right? So if you're not putting out something that's useful to anybody, it's not content anymore, then they're not going to push you. So I think that's what's happening as well. I mean, if you look at people like Superman Kev, right? So he's putting out content, right? Things about the bike, learning about the bike, and the courses that he's done. That's the reason why he suddenly started growing.
Yeah.
But the days that we were just running around on a bike and talking about stuff, which is interesting, right? Everybody's got a good insight about stuff. Everybody's got a good idea. A friend of mine recently, Rambo Adventures, I had him on one of the live streams, right? Singapore. And and his topic was men's skincare. But that's a fucking millennial thing, right? So the millennial guys are not like us boomers. We couldn't give a fuck.
A little bit. I am one, so.
So these guys, so for the male, for us, right? Us guys is just get off the bike, take the helmet off, go and have a wash on the face. Then the millennials now, the guys, are into skincare regimens, and you literally have actually the Kyles and everything else that's out there that has products for that, which is great, right? So he had a 10-minute video on skincare for motorcycle riders, which I thought was interesting. So that's good content, right?
Yeah.
If you're into that, right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
I don't think I would be, but
yeah. We're of that age, mate. So it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, we're too far gone.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, with turkey neck here going on.
Yeah.
I have no comment
neck
here.
beard.
No
Well, you
comment.
might have skin that's worth saving, put it that way.
Yeah. Hey, Webb, if you want to, come on by, and Prairie Boy as well. Just come on in. We're just shooting the breeze. Nothing in particular. It's not really a specific show. As you can see, we started to curse as well. So,
I know for me, like I was just talking about it today because I kind of like doing these live streams, but I know for me I want to do it about being a teacher if I do a live stream. Like, so you could chat with the teacher, not necessarily like, yes, maybe I'll talk about my bike, but that's the thing is like, it's being done and I don't know shit. I'm still learning. Like, one of the reasons I forgot what his name is. He's like, why are you so quiet? I'm just like, I can't say anything because I don't know what you're saying. I'm on like the little, like my side screen. I'm looking stuff up. But
okay.
But I mean, that's the thing is like, that would be my different angle is just like, that's what I would be talking about just to kind of change things up, but
sure.
I mean, that's the thing is like when I started this, it was just because I wanted to. And if I end up getting a big break from it, great. If not, oh well.
You wanted to join the fame of all of us guys.
Oh yeah. Totally. Absolutely. It's been fabulous so far.
Hey Webb, how's it going, mate?
Going on?
Look like you just got up, man.
I did actually, because I worked until 4 a.m. So I did literally only wake up a few hours now, actually.
Yeah.
But I have some pretty strong opinions about the whole YouTube thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's all to do with motivation, stuff like that. It's not very nice in here. I'm just waiting. Baking bread, so I'm waiting.
Where are you, Webb?
But anyway. Sorry?
Where are you?
Canberra.
Oh, Canberra. Okay. You got our weather yesterday. Today.
It's pretty good up there.
Yeah.
But you see, here's the thing about YouTube, right? It's a service like any other, right? And video hosting is incredibly expensive. So obviously with the algorithm and all that kind of stuff, they're going to push stuff that they can then use to sell those statistics to companies that are going to pay them money. So to pay for the video hosting in the first place. And I feel as though a lot of people, they fall into the trap of trying to chase followers or views or watch time or whatever. But the things that generate views, watch time, and whatever are things that Google can go on and sell. So therefore, it doesn't matter who you are, what kind of content you're making. I mean, there's obviously some anomalies, like people that have like followings on other platforms and then just voice their opinions on here. But unless you make the content that YouTube can sell, then they're not going to push as far as numbers and that kind of stuff. And my biggest thing for me to avoid any kind of fatigue in creating videos is that I just love creating videos. Like I couldn't care less if anybody watches them or anything like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm not going to fall into the trap of making reviews or, product reviews and stuff like that, trying to sell somebody else's product. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's something that I myself can create and I can make money out of myself, yeah, sure, of course, just advertising it. But you know what I mean? That's what is so fatiguing to me. I hate watching people who have really interesting things to say fall into this trap of just doing reviews. Like these people that don't have any experience doing reviews. Obviously, the only way to get experience doing reviews is by doing them. But I don't see why somebody would watch a review from somebody who's only just started doing it when there's so many companies out there that have their own film crews and their own production teams creating high quality videos that can do it all professionally. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. Is actually.
Well, do you feel better now after saying all that?
You know what I mean? I just feel bad for people when you can see that every single time there's a new video from them, they're pushing products from other companies
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
actually
You know
like
what I mean?
something like I just put the first thing on my bike, which is the sissy bar. It was a big deal for me because I actually like use tools and all this other stuff. And I was gonna film it, but then like kind of halfway through it, I'm like, nobody cares if I put that. I'm just gonna actually enjoy modifying my bike for the first time, and I'll just like say later, like, hey, look, I put this on. It was just kind of more for me though, like proof that look, I actually did do it. Here's me doing it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't just say I did and went to the dealership or just had my husband do it. No, I did it. He helped because we had to get a specific bit that I didn't know what the name was, but we figured it out. It was good. But I mean, that's the thing is like, it's tough because like for me, I'm just starting out and it's like, I'm trying to figure out what to do, but kind of like you're saying, Webb, like I just want to do it because it interests me, and whether or not people watch it, then oh well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course. I mean, and that's only my opinion. That's only the way I see things. Any video that anybody wants to make is not, free will. Do what you want.
I think in the case of Webb, and I identify a lot of stuff that he's talking about. In fact, why I really enjoy his stuff is because his attitude is, I'm putting out shit that I want to put out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do the best that I can in the shit that I put out, and none of you are going to dictate the stuff that I'm putting out, right? And you can see in the quality. I mean, take a look at Webb's site, and again, I've said it many, many times, and now that he's on, I say it again. Not that I'm blowing smoke up your ass, mate, but it's the truth, right? And it shows. So if I'm going to be putting out stuff, it should be that way, right? It's very creative. It's a different take. He's moaning about the last one that he did a review on something, right? And he knows that he fucking hates doing a review, but it comes out great, interesting, and it still fits his philosophy, right? So I think that's the way we should approach it, and that's the way I should approach it. Let's not talk about we, but me, and how I'm going to approach it moving forward, right? It's got to be something that I want to put out and I'm proud of, I'm happy with, and not be falling into this trap of everything else. Because, like I said, we were pushing. I found myself pushing myself to put out something once or twice a week, every bloody week, and then you work so hard. You see you're so because that's a goal, right? The subscriber count and the watch time and everything else. Then you see it grow, and you fucking lose 50.
Yeah.
For no reason, right? And then you say to yourself, right, fuck it, I'm stop. This is not going to be my motivator anymore. Yeah. I'm going to go back to what I was doing and stick to that.
It's got to end up being called something, because I think everybody gets sucked into the vortex of it a little bit, and they just lose themselves, and then a bit of a slap of reality slaps you in the face with either the subscriber numbers or the views. And that sort of pulls you back to go, well, hang on. What did I do this all for in the beginning? For a bit of fun. I'm not going to try and, become a millionaire out of this thing,
See, this is where I think my training as a teacher helps me a lot, because I am so used to teaching everything and being excited about it, thinking I'm reaching all these kids, and then I give them the quiz and nobody's learned shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very similar. It's the same thing. It's just like you put something out there, you think you're reaching people, and there are people out there that you're reaching, but it's not always to your expectations. And I mean, my other thing too is just coming from my side is that we're not, this is our niche where we talk about this kind of stuff, but that's not what's popular. That's not what the young kids are doing or anything like that. Like, if anything, they're watching kind of like either the crashes or the sporties and stuff like that. The young guys doing wheelies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And all the other stuff that's going on in YouTube, where it's like drama and all this other stuff. I mean, that's the thing. Is just we're a very unique niche that isn't necessarily the popular thing out there for everybody.
And also, is it really necessary to be concerned about it? Because there is some good out of it all. Because I mean, look, we've got this. There's four of us from corners of the globe.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
It's brought us all together. Yeah. We're all like-minded to a reasonable degree, and we enjoy our pastime hobby. I mean, so in essence, it's not all bad.
Yeah.
and we do get to see what somebody else is doing, because like when I connect up with my subscribers, because my YouTube watching of everybody's videos is my TV. I don't bother with TV at all.
Same.
You know, and it for me, it like if Fletch puts out another video and damn YouTube tells me, it's like, oh cool, a fresh one from Fletch, you know what I mean? I can watch it. Yeah. So it's sort of between us in the circle of it. Yeah, it's good because it keeps us all connected, and it's growing. I've noticed that the circle's growing. But I think if you get sucked into the vortex of trying to become Mr. Popular, Mrs. Popular, Mr. I'm gonna, you know, earn trillions of dollars out of this, man, you have to be damn good, come up with really amazing content, and have a film crew with you.
Yeah.
Because all I've got's a pocket drone and an old GoPro 3. Shove it up your butt. You know, don't like it, piss off.
The thing to do is just to make list videos. Find out whatever's trending and make list videos on it. Doesn't have to be motorcycle related. Break out to cars as well. But it's incredibly for me, obviously, no one else. I don't know. I just don't have. I find it hard to do stuff that other people want. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I find it boring. I find people that sit at home and they watch all the, well, maybe not YouTube, but things like Big Brother and what's the one where it's like a video of people watching TV or whatever?
Like we had one in the States. It was called like the People's Couch or something like that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. But I just don't understand how people have the time in their life to sit there. You know what I mean? But hey, that's just I sound like an asshole when I say things like this.
No,
but you're right, mate. No, but you're right, mate. Because
you can wipe that thought away.
Yeah, no, but I think you're absolutely correct, because at the end of the day, is we don't know, it's life, right? Life gets in the way as well. We've got work, we've got family, we've got things that we have to think of and work towards, and then the time to just fucking slack, right? And the worst part is that the time that you're making pizza, you mate.
I've got to make bread.
So and the time that we want to slack is the time that we now finally have to slap on that camera and go on the road and to record a video. Then it starts to suck.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, a lot of the stuff I'd like to film, I can't. I'd go into jail.
Oh my god! I can't.
No, because I mean, I'm a drag racer.
Right.
And I like sneaking around on a Friday night and hitting up the traffic, hitting up the traffic lights. I got the ZX14. You know, that's 300 kilometer an hour bike.
Yeah.
You know, I give it shit, but I gotta put me nappies on and come back to first grade primary school and say, hello guys, let's putt around at 60 kilometers an hour. You know, this is where it's not too interesting for me. I'll chew out a tire in a half an hour, leaving a 500-meter black line. Yeah, that to me is fun, but I go to jail with that stuff. The cops are so on it here. They are just so on it. It's amazing.
It's everywhere, mate. I mean, it's the same, you know. I mean, I put out a little video on Instagram of me riding around, right? Oh my god, what is that? Me riding around, right? But what you don't realize is that when I put a little caption there, so I just cranked up the speed, I actually pushed it to about 140 to 150 kilometers an hour because I couldn't give a fuck. I just needed to ride, right? And there was no traffic. It was a straight, huge, beautiful highway, so I just cranked it. You know, but if people actually knew the speed I was riding, I'd probably get in trouble with the cops.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I did that today. Like coming home, it was a nice stretch, and I was like, I wanted to actually see how fast I could get with the low RPMs, and I got into like triple digits, and it was only in the 3000s.
Oh wow. That's not bad. Good.
Which that's also my first time actually hitting triple digits, so I was like freaking out personally. But no, that's the thing. Is just, yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
But here's the thing, you're on the 107, right? So that translates to about 1,800 cc's. Now, big performance bikes like the ones that we're riding, you literally have to take it up above a certain RPM once in a while.
Yeah.
You need to get the thing flowing and everything else. Otherwise, it's going to hurt the engine.
Yeah.
Contrary to what other people are saying, right? So you need to get out there and crank it out once in a while.
They're designed for it. They're designed for it.
I mean, you're riding.
You can't have a ZX14 and do 60 kilometers an hour all its life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Exactly.
the thing will die in about 5,000 Ks.
Here's the thing: you're riding a Kawasaki ZX14, right? It was the same when I was riding the Hayabusa, which was at that time the fastest bike in the world.
Yeah.
And in Singapore, because of the speed limit and everything else, I could never hit the 6th gear. Right? And I had friends who had problems with that, who never took it out on the highway and across the border, and found that they had problems with the transmission and everything else, simply because they never hit the 6th gear, right? And they're not putting it through its paces, and you're not, and running it in. You need to run it in high RPMs.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So otherwise, the pistons don't sit and everything else, and you fuck up the engine, and it doesn't last as long as it should. Right? So it's the same thing with the 107s and the big twins and everything else. You need to push it a little bit. Because in its run-in period, because yours is brand new, right, Miss Motor Teach? How many miles do you have on it already?
I want to say probably like 2,700. 2,700.
So 2,700 will mean that you're in stage 3, right, of your maintenance. So to me, is during that run-in time, if you're running in good well and hit it hard, then the pistons, the shavings would go off, and you would the pistons would sit well. You would actually improve the life of the engine. So we need to do that.
Oh, definitely,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
The mileage you're at, you should be in, say, 3rd gear at about 30 mile an hour, and just open the throttle and really get it up to near red line. So that flares the piston rings out, so it bites into the bore and actually gets it to run in properly. If you idle it around, you glaze up the bore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well, now I have to do now when I go to work. Well,
Just crank it.
But like Fletcher's saying, like on the Busa, which is very much the same as the ZX.
Right.
I mean, the ZX14 runs out at 167 kilometers an hour in 1st gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Our state limit's 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
So, it's just, but, like I said, for me, I do sneak around and find little places to do these sort of things.
What was that, huh?
I mean,
one video there with the lowrider bouncing off the speed limiter. It's 204.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I know. Like there was a place where I would go finally when I felt comfortable enough, because that's my little thing too, is that I'm still learning how to ride.
Right.
And that's kind of why I'm taking the baby steps. So there was a road that's by the Air Force Base that my husband's stationed at, and it's the perfect road because it's just farm fields. It's not a well-traveled necessarily road, so the likelihood of anybody else being on it. And that's where I started to actually just as soon as I turned the corner, I just let it rip and just opened it up. Yeah, it's been under construction for the past 2 months. It's one road. Why isn't it finished yet?
God.
It's so infuriating. I'm like, when I finally find it, I can't do it.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm like, is this what blue balls feels like? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's exactly it.
But I mean, it's just, I know I need to do it more, but like you said, it's kind of hard finding the spot. And then, when it's dark out, you want to do it, but then you don't, because then they hide really well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then during the day, there's just stupid people out on the road.
Exactly. And the other thing that we have to do is stretch our legs, right? Because that's the other thing, part of the running in process is to stretch its legs.
Yeah.
And so we need to plan out long distance rides as well. So now you're on the 2700. So like I said, you're on the stage 3 of your run-in. So this is the time to stretch your legs, and you need to take it out on a half-day ride or a full-day ride.
Well, I'm just gonna text my husband right now, tell him we're doing something this weekend.
Yeah, you should do it. Stretch your leg. Everything needs to sit in because you've pushed it already, or you should try and start to push it a little bit, right? Open up the piston rings, and then the next stage is how well it fares across long distances at constant speeds, because then you're going to be on a highway or freeway, and you're doing constant speeds, and that's when it starts to sit in properly.
Okay.
Right. And then when you do the next change.
I don't know the animal, but are they water cooled or air cooled?
Mine, I want to say
water cooled.
Sorry.
They're oil cooled. They've got an oil galleries running through the heads, but that's it.
Air and oil. Okay. Yep.
No,
okay,
I have like a grate in mine, and I know mine's water cooled or whatever it is.
This is a street bob, right?
Yeah.
107 street bob. Yeah. So it's both oil and air.
Yeah.
Oil and air. Okay, so that's very different to a water cooled bike. So meaning a long distance ride is imperative in part of its running in.
Okay.
Yes.
Because with a water cooled bike, within minutes it's up to temperature. The radiator and the thermostat keeps the steel temperature very regular. Yeah, with an air/oil cooled engine, there's a huge temperature range between hot, cold, and normal running temp. And that thing would be very much in need, like Fletcher's saying, in a long ride at a constant temperature. Yeah.
Yeah, because we went on. I went on one with the Litas. I want to say about 2 weeks before I left for New Jersey, and we took like a good 2-hour ride on it. We were riding constant speeds and stuff like that. So, but I know one thing I'll do is just kind of, if I'm going to work or anything like that, just if I'm in that third gear, just really red line.
Yeah. Underload is really, really good.
Yeah, which I don't know exactly where that would be on mine yet.
What's that?
Where the red line would be.
Oh, you should be.
Mine's they're around about five-ish mark, aren't they?
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Hold up.
I remember actually at one point, what was it? Yeah, at one point when I was on that one road and I opened it up, I saw like 7,000 RPM, and I was like, "What is this?"
Oh, you've got a tacho on yours, have you? It tells you how many revs the engine's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you probably wouldn't. You probably. I don't know. What's the red line on those things? Do you know, Fletch?
I was just about to pull out my, which I can't fucking find my manual. When you bought the bike, they should have given you a manual, right?
Probably.
Hold up.
Yeah. So
I can solve. Wait, how do you turn the camera around on this thing?
Oh, I can't help you with that.
Okay.
You use your phone, mate. I'm not sure.
Does this work?
Yeah, that's doing it.
Yeah.
Right. There we go. It's 6. It says
$6,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Golden rule of thumb: take her up to $5,000. Underload. As soon as you see $5,000, clutch in.
Okay.
Yep.
Once you start going over that level regularly, then you're looking at prematurely needing valve adjustment.
Yeah. So I think if you look at the but a question to Webb. Webb, yours is a 103 or 96?
No, 114.
Oh, it's a 114. So okay, that would be probably equivalent 114. Yours is a Softail lowrider.
Yeah, it's a 107 with a stage 4.
Ah, okay. Okay, so then his would be right. Here's the one you should refer to. But I think if I remember right in the manual, when they talk about the gearing for each bike, they will actually specify what the recommended RPMs are for each.
Yeah.
Right, and then, but that's not red line. So if, for instance, if it says on the third gear, it's supposed to be 2,700 or 2,800, you check it to 3.2.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a range to it, but I mean, you go by feel. You can actually hear it when it starts to. You hit it when it starts to strain, right? This is the old way. The old blokes used to do it when we had no fucking tachometers, right?
Yeah.
So we hear it go up and it starts to scream, and then we change gear. So that's what we should be doing.
Bang.
Yeah, oh, it goes bang, right? And the old carbs, right? Ooh, we lost him again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, like that's the thing. It's like I just have to find where it says here, but there's apparently cruise control. What?
You have cruise control? No, that's optional, right?
No, I don't. Yeah. Sorry, I got excited. I was like, wait a minute.
Not.
Yeah. Yeah, your manual's your friend. So it tells you about the maintenance periods and everything else. So.
Oh yeah.
But our cruising bikes are a little bit different from sports bikes, and in the sense that the only thing is you don't lug it. That's all, right? So you don't run the bike where you hit too low and you're too high a gear and it starts to lug, and that's really very bad.
Oh, that's catastrophic on the bottom end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should always. It's okay to be over the line a little bit, but it's never good to be under.
Yeah, it's not. You will generally not upset a motor from over revving, but you'll definitely destroy it from under gearing it, under revving. Lugging up a hill in fourth gear doing 25 mile an hour is catastrophic on an engine. You're far better off in first gear revving its brains out.
Right.
You'll do far less damage than going the other way around.
Right.
Exactly.
I think actually, I forgot who told me, but like one way to, in a sense, slow down is just go to the next gear. If you're going at a certain speed.
Downshifting.
Yeah, downshifting. But have you got a slipper clutch on those things? No. So you got to clutch out gently.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could lock the rear wheel.
Yeah. But I think that being said, I'm not sure. I think the 107s, you can still flick it without clutching in, but you just have to be careful on the RPMs that you're on. But you shouldn't be doing it often because it's not an inbuilt clutch slipper clutch.
Yeah.
Right? Unlike the sports bikes that we used to riding, they all have slipper clutch, right? That's the reason behind it is because when you're racing, you don't want to have to lose the power when you clutch in. Right? It's to be able to just hit it at the correct RPMs and move on to the right gears so that you can get the right speed that you want to, taking the corners or going on the straights on a race bike. And I think that's the good thing about having experience across different types of bikes, because then you'll be able to know how to handle that bike as well, right? So if you had a chance, get a dirt bike. Like I know Webb has dirt bikes as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Rolly, you got some as well, right? You had some experience on dirt bikes, right?
Oh, years and years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not so much now.
Yeah, I rode a dirt bike once, but it was probably for a kid, and I tipped it over, and that was only a few months before I got my license last year. So.
Okay. No, but I mean, if you have a chance, you could rent out one or what have you, and go and learn to ride a dirt bike, because what happens is that Harley motorcycles are the worst for bad roads, right? And if you have rear tire slippage when you're taking a corner or going off straight, as a dirt bike rider, you will know how to handle it and how to react, right? Rather than a regular bike. And then same thing with riding a sports bike, is that you then know how to take a corner properly. You may not do the knee down and ass down kind of thing, but at least you will know well enough what is a correct lean angle depending on the type of bike that you ride.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And for safety and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, dirt bike gives you that natural reaction, because they do slip and move quickly all over the place, and you get that, like in a car, natural reaction. If someone all of a sudden jumps in your lane, you know how to sort of naturally react to it or whatever, or do a proper stop and all that sort of stuff. And dirt biking will give you those sort of qualities, which you won't get on the road, because things just doesn't happen that dramatically on the road. The road's like on Valium compared to on dirt,
Yeah.
But it sort of does tune you up a bit on the road because you've got those sort of skills up your sleeve.
Yeah.
That's true. Webb, do you have any plans to go on long rides? Or you're still locked down?
Not really. I was planning on this Sunday to go see Hachui up in Sydney, so that's not really a long ride. It's only about 3 hours. Looks like it's going to be raining all weekend, so that's not happening now. But maybe. I've had all my this COVID stuff has really messed up all my plans.
Yeah,
and because of the nature of my work, all that's generally to do with the hospitality industry,
right?
I kind of can't take time off because I'm not sure when I'm going to be needed.
Yeah, no, I feel you, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to take a week off and go. I've got family that live up in Darwin, so I'd like to go up there and see them. But yeah, nothing planned. This damn virus.
I know. Same.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
I'm all jealous for the
everyone's
people in the
in that
United
boat.
States, mate. With Sturgis and everything else going on, right? And it's beautiful that you get to ride there. Oh fuck! I really would love to be able to go.
I'll say in 2 weeks for me, it's gonna be. Oh, because we start school on the 3rd.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So you're almost done with the school break. I thought you would be in the summer break, right? No?
Yeah, no. So we end May 21st.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Depending on where you are in the United States, like a lot of kids on the East Coast and whatnot, they finish around June, but we end in May, partially also because I think they just don't want to pay the air conditioning bill, which I don't blame them.
Okay.
Sure. But yeah, no, I mean, but even still, it's like nobody knows what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
I'm just gonna get on my bike after a while and just be like, I need to get out of the house.
Yeah. I know. My biggest itch is just basically to ride to another country. You know?
Yeah.
That's my biggest itch, you know, and to be able to just see the places that I want to see, because it's a lot. Like I was saying earlier with Paul, and Paul hasn't come back yet, and he and I were actually planning to meet up in a place just outside of Phuket, Thailand. Right, I could ride straight up. He's gonna fly in.
Yeah.
Right, and then from there we will both ride to Phuket and ride around the island and stuff and get to see places. And I can take him to a few places. He can take me to a few places because we know people there.
Yeah.
And I think we wanted to spend almost a week there, and then now with this COVID shit, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So he's bummed off, and he's gone on lockdown as well. So
yeah.
So we all
I know.
He's big time lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah, they just started right about last week. So
I know my husband.
our plans are gone.
Yeah, my husband got orders to Italy.
Oh.
And I think I talked it on Rocket's live stream. It came up. So about, I would say, a month ago, I wasn't married.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you actually see my videos, I say my boyfriend because that was true. He was my boyfriend at the time, and he got the orders. And about 5 minutes after he found out, he called me up and goes, "Hey, do you want to go to Italy?" I go, "Sure. There's only one way I could go with you." Now, it's actually 3 years ago today that we met, kind of. Right. And he goes, "I know, when you want to pick the date." And 2 weeks from then, and then I went on my trip to New Jersey right after. People asked me, "How's your marriage?" I said, "It's great." 2 days after, I ran home with my parents. It's been great.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. But I mean, that's the thing is like, we're going to be going to Italy in November, and right now we could take the bikes with us is what we could do, and we don't have to pay for it.
Yay.
They ship it over.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
in the month of November, I might not have a little bit, but then when I do, I'll be riding my Harley on those narrow little streets.
Maybe. Which part of Italy?
It's I can't say the province name. I'm so horrible.
Is it near Sicily?
No, we are at the top of we're the stocking part of the boot, and we are near. That's what I call it.
Florence, Milan.
Venice is about 2 hours away. We are like near Slovenia and Austria, like the pre-Alps area.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because that's where the base is. It's a NATO base. It's shared by the United States Air Force and the Italian Air Force.
Right. I'm following a moto vlogger who is also from the Air Force, who's riding a Gullwing, I think.
Okay.
So maybe I can just give you, or maybe your husband might know him as well, because since he's in the Air Force, but I know that he's in the southern part of Italy anyway, but he does ride very far.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys can meet up as well.
Yeah, no,
this is
it'd be
another
great.
motovlogger.
I know, that was the thing, is I was actually supposed to meet up with Black Phoenix, because when I was back in New Jersey was when he was going on his ride to Pennsylvania, and he did have to drive past me, but my parents that day was like, let's go to the beach, and it was the only day we could do it. And I was like, ah, dang it.
Yeah. Well.
Although it was going to be interesting having to explain to my parents, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm meeting this guy. I met him online. He rides a motorcycle. It's fine.
That sounds, it's going to be hard to explain to the parents, right? Yeah.
I know.
It says, you met someone on the internet?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Mom,
You know?
I'm 27 years old. I know what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So yes, I am 27. So.
Yeah. So.
92.
Well, people, I might depart as of this point in time, but
Yeah.
it's been awesome having a chat, popping into the room.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rolly.
No worries. Hope to catch you soon. So everybody
Definitely,
take care, and
You too.
yeah,
You too.
we'll catch you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Everybody.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Yeah, I probably might call it time as well, because it's almost 3 hours that we've been on this, right? And Prairie Boy's still on as well. Yeah, so that's the story. Yeah, no, he's been a lot. He also put up a video about the same things that we've been talking about, you know, which is interesting, because I think we're all starting to feel the fatigue, right? And we're all trying to do something different. But anyway, you know, it's all about the ride. If we could get any kind of riding done, at least for me anyway, because it's fuck me riding around the island.
Yeah.
You know, just I think I said it earlier. I think you know how you're in a particular place, and wherever you are, you only just go to places that you need to go to and everything else. So, you know, I've lived all my life in Singapore, and I'm now starting to discover roads I've never been on and places that never never in my mind existed as well. So that's the only interesting about riding around a little island that's 24 by 74.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, shit. And then the worst part is that you discover a great restaurant that isn't open anymore. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I just because right where I am, there's a big non-commercial airport, and they've got a lot of aerospace people there, and tucked in there is this beautiful restaurant that's overlooking the reservoir. So you get a like a beach light kind of thing and everything else, and it looks pretty good, nice and everything else, but it's closed because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right, so it sucks. I thought I could park your bike right in front, have a brew, and then head on home.
How are the numbers on the island trending? Are they down yet?
No, they're growing.
Oh man,
they're actually growing up. You know, because here's the thing: we've had we were controlling it to a certain point. It was under the numbers are pretty big still, but because we got the migrant workers here, and then of course the community, which is the locals, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you put aside the migrant workers, the community figures were going down. They were less than 20, and at one point it was less than 10. The moment we opened it up, then it started to climb again. And now we're in the 15 daily, new ones every day, 15.
Yeah.
And, you know, then they decided to do this election thing going on. So everybody had to line up and vote, which didn't help things, right? So I think they're trying not to, really very hard trying not to, but I think we're going to go into another lockdown anytime soon.
I know. Us in Arizona, we were the talk of the nation because our stuff was going up and whatnot. And maybe it had something to do with the fact that there was a Trump rally right after when it happened. And it pisses me off. Now California now has the most amount of cases and whatnot, and it's just people are rushing to open things. And there's actually like proof, like back in 1919, when there was the bird flu, they opened too early and they had to shut everything down again.
Yeah.
but people are pissed because they're like, I have to wear a mask. But I only wear a mask here is because I don't want to show my face yet because I don't want my students finding me.
Right. No, I get it. I mean, for us, it's mandatory by law now.
Yeah.
Right? That we have to wear a mask outside.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm good. I'm okay with that. You know.
Yeah.
It's fine. We have to do it. We have to do it. But
it's
what
just
gets?
Sorry.
No. Can't say.
Oh, I was gonna say it's just like my students. You're telling somebody you have to do something that's mildly uncomfortable, and they're not gonna do it. Even if it's like you only wear it for this amount of time, so you never have to wear it again. No, since you're being told you have to do it by somebody who has some semblance of authority, just ticks you off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but that's kids, right? And I think we all behave like kids as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but a lot of it's politically driven. Okay, I'm not talking about so much about the United States as well, but here, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they decided to, they were moving towards it anyway. We had a 2-month lockdown. Things were really under control.
Yeah.
When they started to say, okay, let's move into phase 2 and open up, we knew it was politically motivated because they wanted to get the election done. Right, so they can get on governing for the next X number of years and stuff like that. And they never took into account that's the worst thing that you can do.
Oh yeah.
Right, and you get people getting sick and shit like that. And as I don't know if you heard, as I mentioned earlier, the people that are suffering now is not just the restaurants, although a lot of them are open and they're doing takeaways and some dine-ins. The ones that are the worst hit is the entertainment outlets.
Oh
right?
yeah.
The
The
discos, the bars, the pure bars, right? The guys that are just purely bars that don't serve food. And in Asia, KTVs, karaoke joints.
Yeah.
Right? They're really big here. Whether it's a cheesy one or a family-oriented one, it's still pretty big business, right? We've had chains that have completely closed down. I just saw another thing that just went down yesterday. I have friends who are running pubs and bars that are suffering, right? Because they got people on payroll and they can't just let them off. They shouldn't be letting them off because the government's encouraging not to, but they're not making any money.
Yeah.
Right? In fact, at one point they did open up, they did allow those bars that serve food to open. Then what happened was this assholes decided not to follow the rules and everybody just treated it like a bar. Right? And then suddenly we had the next day 20 people, 30 people got infected in that one bar. Insane, right? I mean, come on. Then everybody gets shut down again. That entire row of bars got shut down straight off. And even the restaurants, everybody got shut down. Right? Then, you know, because of one idiot, all the business is gone.
Yeah, no, there's this is that other side of YouTube that I watch because I'm a young millennial. There was a house party with a bunch of like YouTubers, TikTokers, like the young kids. You know, this kid was having a 22nd birthday, and there are all these innocent, influential people. No masks.
Yeah.
Definitely more than just 10 people there, and it's just like a regular time. And it's kind of that. It's that push-pull kind of thing where it's like, yes, we want to feel normal. We want to do this. We want to feel like it's okay. Sure. You know, if it was 10 people doing all that stuff, then that's fine. But no, they threw it was like nothing was going on. And they're getting a lot of backlash for it. But this is the thing is like that's some people's mindset. Oh, he's back.
Yay. Hey, Paul.
So I mean that's
Paul's very frozen.
Yeah.
No, he's just looking very concerned.
Yeah, that's what are you guys on about?
Yeah. But no, it's just there's nobody knows the right thing to do. Nobody like there's no right way for any of this. There really isn't.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I just feel for the
ride.
Yeah, I just feel for the businesses though. You know, I mean, if nobody's going to be smart about it, you know, and they, especially my friends of mine who run bars, as I was mentioning earlier, we were so close to opening up, and they started to ease up on it. In fact, he was deciding that he's going to do some food, maybe finger food or something else, so that at least he could get it open and get some business going, you know, because he's put a good deal of investment in it. Then this cunt fucking goes out and lets everybody do whatever they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get X number of infections and everybody gets shut down the road.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the worst. And he's moaning about it, but there's nothing much he can do.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the same here. How are we? I'm back.
Hey.
Now we were doing really well here. Obviously, we're talking about the COVID thing, yeah.
Yeah.
We were doing really well here in Melbourne, and then the fucking idiot premier here, he put some private security contractor in charge of the quarantine hotels, right?
Oh yeah.
And these guys, I mean, they had no training, no nothing. Not to mention the fact they're getting paid, you know, peanuts, and you pay peanuts to get monkeys, as we all know. So what happened was one of the blokes came down who actually had tested positive, and him and the security guard shared a smoke. The guy's gone home, and it just happened to coincide with the end of Ramadan here, right? So they had all these like Ramadan parties because at the same time we had the Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah.
And rather than the government saying you know, look, we agree with you, we agree with the whole Black Lives Matter thing and all that sort of stuff, but please, if you don't protest, and if you do end up protesting, you're going to end up getting fined, right? No, they said that it was a really softly approach, saying, no, you know, we'd rather you didn't go, but, you know, we can't stop you from protesting, blah, 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 right? So all these dickheads went, and it just sent the wrong message to the general population. And all of a sudden, everybody thought, well, you know what? If they can go and do whatever they want, we'll go and do whatever we want. Yeah. So we went from, you know, having bugger all cases. It was like we were down to zero.
Yeah.
And the only cases we were getting were people coming back from overseas. The problem is now it's not the overseas people anymore. It's actually, you know, it's community contracting, whatever they call it. And I think we had another 300 today. I think we had 485 yesterday. There were 7 people died last night, and then you got these self-entitled fuckwits who decide they don't want to wear a mask because it's against their fucking freedom and all that sort of shit. And we had this other little bitch today went through with this whole bullshit thing because the whole of Melbourne's locked down, so you actually can't get into the rural areas. Right? They got like roadblocks, and so she went through this whole fucking thing where she, you know, I don't answer questions. I'm not part of I don't agree with this police state. I'm blah, 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 blah. And they fucking let her through. They should have fucking got her out, arrested her, impounded the car. That's what they should have done. I can't stand this self-entitled bullshit attitude that a lot of people have got. You know, none of us want to do it. Like I just had another mate of mine then just text me. We do a thing, you know, where we do sell plants and stuff online, right? He's got a Vietnamese restaurant just here, not far from me. Poor bugger, like they can't survive. All these people with cafes and stuff, they're going to go under. And they're talking about here that we might be doing this till Christmas in lockdown, right? There's the problem with it is like, you know, none of the kids are going to school. They're doing all this remote learning. So all those kids are missing out big time. All these people that have got restaurants and you know, they're still having to pay rent and all that sort of stuff, they'll be broke. But there's no coming back from it, right? They reckon by Christmas we'll have 10% unemployment and an $880 billion deficit.
Yeah.
And you got a prick like this who just because she doesn't want to stay at home, she goes and flouts the system. That's fucking great, right? But at the moment we've got it contained in the rural areas. You get dickheads like this doing it, and it'll be all over the place.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, for us with schools, it's just we closed the schools before we actually could see if kids actually in a sense contracted, but they spread it.
Yep.
Because we shut the schools down, and that's kind of the thing is that it's not so much the kids getting sick, it's them getting it and then spreading it out.
Yeah.
Right. And then
we had one school here about probably 3 or 4 cases from my place. They've had in 1 week they had 187 cases.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Like, for instance, like right now, my county that I'm in Arizona, I'm just looking at it now. We have 102,000 confirmed cases.
Jesus,
Just in my county.
it's ridiculous.
I shouldn't be
shouldn't go
moaning that.
outside.
Oh,
And look, you know, the vast majority of those people are going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
But you'd hate to be the whatever percentage it is, 1.7%, that gets really, really crook from it. And you know, this whole thing that these people got this idea in their head that it only affects people over 65.
No.
A guy died last night. He was 55, right?
Well, I know.
Yeah,
no, I know a story of somebody who was not necessarily my age, but in their 30s, perfectly healthy.
Yep.
And how he described it was like he was breathing in glass.
Yeah.
And he was totally healthy and fine.
Yep. And the problem
and
with it is, the problem with this disease is you have long-lasting side effects after it that last the rest of your life. Your lungs are stuffed, your liver's stuffed, your kidneys are stuffed.
Yeah.
You know, perfectly healthy people. Yeah. Imagine being 30 years old and the rest of your life you can't breathe properly.
Yeah. It's just jacked up.
We've got these other dickheads here that they don't want to wear a mask because it's against their freaking liberties and all this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Just put the fucking mask on, you fuckwit.
No, we were talking about that, and I said it's just like with my kids. It's like tell them to do something they don't want to do. It makes them slightly uncomfortable. They don't want to do it, even if it's to help them. Like, no, if you move over here, you'll be fine. I don't want to do it. You're telling me I have to.
Yeah, it's hard with my guys. Like I've got a landscape company, and like it's hard pushing wheelbarrows with a mask on. Don't worry about that. Or digging holes. It's hard. But you know what? You got to do it. That's it. It's simple, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's it's something to be said about a particular country, right, and how it handles it. And I think it's well and good that freedom speaking, the democratic countries and stuff. We want to be able to live our lives in freedom and everything else. But you know, that's when it gets tough to handle people like that or countries like that. And I think you look at North Korea, how it's handled it. They just tell them, "I'll shoot you. You fucking don't put on a mask." That's it. Right? But that's their country. They can do that, right?
Yeah.
Singapore, it's almost similar. I'm not saying we're a communist country, but at the end of the day, we're a smaller population. It's easy to control, and therefore, and the way we Asians are is that don't touch the pocket. Once you start getting the fines and shit, you fall in line, right? It's still easier for a smaller country, but on the bigger places and you have freedom and democracy and everything else, it's not going to work.
But you know what I don't understand, Fletch? Right? This it's like this generation now. Something changed somewhere along the line, right? Where and it's great to question. It's great, but you know what? Like, could you imagine if people acted like this during World War II, right? Just say in the London bombings, right? And everybody got told to turn their lights off. But some dickhead goes, "Yeah, but I don't want to turn my lights off because I like to watch TV with the light on. I like to read a book with the light on." So the whole fucking town gets obliterated because some turd wants to leave his fucking light on. Well, it's exactly the same analogy.
Yeah,
right?
but if you're not wearing a mask, no one's going to hold a gun to your head. It's a bit different.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. To me, I know they reckon that it's not 100% going to stop people from getting it, but they did a study in, I think it was Switzerland, and there was three hairdressers at a hairdressing salon, and two of them contracted the virus, but they actually wore the mask the whole time. They actually didn't know they were sick until later on, right? Out of the 150 clients they met during that time, not one contracted the virus.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is just like some people are like, "Oh no, if we do," I say, "Yeah, no, if we do the social distancing, all that stuff, it's going to prevent it." But it's kind of like you said, it's a different mindset. We have so much information, and there's also this underlying mistrust. That's what I kind of see. I mean, that's the thing. So I'm a history teacher. So I've seen all the differences and stuff like that, and people kind of have asked me my opinion, but I usually don't give it because I don't have all the details. I hate having this conversation and not having all the details. But that's the thing, is that there's so much information, and then it's like, well, now this information's wrong, and it just creates that mistrust. And for some people, that's the thing. Oh, somebody else says this, I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, I was speaking to Ian Landersman about it, and he has to wear masks for his profession. He's a dentist, so that's part of doing it. And what he was saying, and I don't know anything about this COVID stuff where I live. It's been largely unaffected, but wearing a mask and covering your mouth and your nose isn't going to stop you from contracting anything, because if you leave your eyes exposed, your tear ducts are connected directly to your sinuses. So what it will stop is your germs escaping and hitting other people.
Right.
Exactly.
And him as a dentist, he has to wear the goggles and everything to prevent stuff getting through that way. But it's more to prevent the patient from contracting anything than to stop him from contracting anything.
Right. Yeah. And just like with this entire thing, it comes actually back to when I was teaching the kids about like our electoral college, the fact that when we technically vote for the president, people actually don't vote. It's our representatives that do. And the whole reason was because there was this mistrust of the people to not do the right thing.
Yep.
What's happening now?
Well, I was told, I don't know. I've only been to America once, and it was 5 years ago. Actually, I went to Tucson. That's funny. The Electoral College, the reason why it exists as well is because if it didn't, then presidents would only campaign in New York and LA, and the rest of the country would be largely unaffected because due to the population centers.
Maybe that's it now, but could be true now, but originally when it was made, it was just because the fact that there was this kind of elitism, and that if you weren't fully educated, you couldn't make the right choice for a leader. That's one view of it. That is one view. And now I do acknowledge that there's other ones, but that's kind of initially what their thing was. They were just mistrust of just the average person, because at that point, the average person didn't have education. Education was seen as a privilege.
Right.
Well, you could also make the debate that these days people that are I wouldn't say uneducated, obviously, compared to back those days, but they can be led to believe things easier.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you have no idea how. I have kids coming up to me. Is this true? Where'd you hear that from? My mom said, I said, where'd she hear that from? I don't know. I was like, oh, I look it up yourself. But my mom, I was like, no, you got to do it yourself. You're in 8th grade. You're going to be a teenager. You got to do this on your own. You look up all your TikTok dances and do your research on that. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't believe the amount of people that all of a sudden become scientists as soon as they jump on Facebook. When they jump on Facebook, they become a scientist. Like, so one of my best friends who I went to school with, she's now Professor Simone Warner. She actually developed the vaccine for bird flu, right? And I was talking to her about this. And because as soon as it came out, I rang her and said, "Okay, what's the real deal here? What do I need to worry about?" She goes, "Look," she goes, "we estimate that probably it will end up being 40% of the population will end up with it if we go down this track." She goes, "A vaccine," she goes, "honestly," she goes, "it's very hard to get a vaccine for any of the COVID things. I mean, they still haven't got a vaccine for SARS. So, she goes, but she goes, best case scenario, 18 months to 2 years." She said that provided you wash your hands, social distance, and even that, I asked her this back in March when all this first started happening. And she goes, my recommendation would be for people to start wearing masks. That was back then. She goes, it should really decrease it a lot, right? It should really decrease it a lot. She goes, but as for all these theories of all these theories that people have, she goes, look, it's fairly black and white. She goes, it's a mutated virus. It's actually been passed on, it's passed on from animals to humans, essentially through those wet markets is what they think. And until you know, they can get a handle on it, this is what we're going to be in. We've got to continually just keep doing all the right things and limit it.
Those markets, man, they need to stop eating weird. Like, I get, like, culturally, I get it, but I'm like, you gotta shut them down. This happened too many times. Like, there's actually, it was very weird. I watched on Netflix, there was like a pandemic like series.
Oh yeah.
That I watched right before this all happened. But they're talking about the flu. They're talking about creating a flu vaccine, and they're explaining about how the reason we have to get a flu shot every year is because the virus changes so often. And it was very interesting to watch that and then see how everything unfolded. And I mean, I kind of had my own little background because actually when I went to college, my senior SEM paper was about the study of disease and history and how they kind of interact with each other and how it's kind of like a chicken or the egg. But I studied superbugs and all this, you know, the flu of 1919 and stuff like that. And it's just, it's one of those things. But I mean, my joke is just, can we stop eating raw bats? That would be great. Can we stop doing that?
Yeah, the problem with those wet markets is that you've got like one animal on top of another animal on top of another animal, and it's all getting cross-contaminated.
Right.
There's no and look, I sort of get it because the people are extremely poor, and that's their only way of generating an income. But unfortunately, for the greater good of humanity, it needs to be stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just need to do it now. I don't know whether I can see the Chinese actually ever coming to actually giving a shit enough for the rest of the world to actually do that.
Yeah.
But it needs to happen because, hell, we can't keep going down this track over and over and over and over again. And,
Exactly.
And to be honest, there's not that great a benefit from some of the stuff that's being eaten. You know what I mean? Like they'd be far better off to put their energies into farming and having a much more controlled situation than that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's better things out there to eat.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like some of that stuff is cultural. Like certain people believe it. If they eat certain things, they get certain things and all that kind of other stuff.
Actually, what it is that the truth of it, right? So because I'm in Asia, and even though the Chinese in Singapore and the Chinese in Malaysia are not the Chinese from China because they're a little bit different over the years and stuff, but the first thing about the mainland China is the pure arrogance of the people there, right? There are 1 billion people. They form 1/3 of the total population of the world. So the arrogance is there. They get to do what they like to do. Whatever they want to do is correct. And basically, when you talk about, I know where Paul is coming from, and you talk when people decide like the rhino horns and the bull's penis and all that, and whatever thought of medicinal benefits you get from that is inherent in some of the Chinese culture. Now, talking to the Chinese people that I know, there is absolutely no medical benefit of eating a bat.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no medical benefit, and they know it as well, from eating a bear's paw. There's absolutely no medical benefit from eating the mongooses that they have over there. It's only because they're doing it because, and you're right, it boils down to them being poor, getting wildlife and selling it cheap is the only form of meat they can do because they can't probably afford to get a farm, raise some pigs or raise some cows or raise some goats. Yeah. Because it's cheaper to go out and find a bat, right? And it just boils down to that, right? But and the fact that they've allowed them to get these things and continue to do it because it's just not natural, or at least you have your food chain, and you know what you should be keeping within that food chain, and not go outside of it. And this is what's caused it, right? They know it, and they will tell you straight off. I also know, as a Chinese guy in China, that there is no medical benefit from eating a fucking bat.
Yeah.
Sorry, but because it's cheap, it's easy to get.
Yeah.
It's the only form of meat you could get, so they get it, right?
Yeah.
But I think the government should knowing well enough that this is happening, and this has happened with the bird flu.
Yeah, the other thing too is, Fletch, is the problem's happening. Like, I don't think there's actually anything that's bad for them to actually eat a bat. The problem is you've got bats sitting on top of frogs, sitting on top of freaking whatever, and all the shit is going through, and they're eating each other's shit, and they're getting cross-contaminated, and the actual animals themselves are picking up viruses that they've never had either. And what happens is it gets into a different animal's body, and that's where they start to mutate. That's what the issue is. If they kept the animals completely separate, and there was some sort of control there, you probably wouldn't have this problem. But the problem is that it just keeps stacking stuff on top of other stuff, and that's where the contamination's happening, and that's where the virus mutation's happening. And then you got couple that with humans being involved, and probably not the cleanest hygiene processes either. Yeah. That's where the shit's hitting the fan, and that's what they need to stop. I've got no issue with them eating what they want to eat, but it's the food preparation prior to that, and the storage of that food. That's what needs to be fixed.
But how do you control people that have nothing to lose?
Yeah.
Sorry.
How do you control people that have nothing to lose?
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. The government. That's where the government needs to become involved, and restructure the markets. You know what I mean? They need to have government representatives there that are saying, no, you can't do it like this. This is how it has to be done. There's really no other way around it. Unfortunately, a lot of those people are probably going to be poorly educated that are in that situation. So unless you've got somebody there that's actually showing them, why you can't do it this way, it's a bit like in Africa, the way that they're still processing gold using mercury and then burning the mercury off, and they all end up going crazy because of it. But unless you show them a different way and explain to them the issues that are going to arise from doing it the way they're doing it at the moment, nothing will ever change, right? It's
probably a lot of those alternatives aren't available to them.
Yeah.
There's always, it's always available. All you do is just don't stack crates on top of other crates. Just put them side by side. Yeah. That's how they have to stop it. That's the only way you can stop it.
Yeah, and clean it up as well. Clean up the place.
Yeah. It's got to be cleaned up. I mean, if you think about the way food was handled here, at the turn of the century, even 50 years ago, it was completely different the way it is now. Like, we've got the Victoria Market here. Now, you used to be able to go to the Victoria Market, and there was crap everywhere on the floor. There was, you'd be walking on, rotten vegetables and all sorts of stuff in there. But they completely changed it. Changed the way it was set up, changed the way it had to be done because people were getting sick. Food poisoning and all sorts of stuff. Now, surely, if it can be done here, it can be done anywhere. It just takes somebody to want to actually do it, and it needs to come. It needs to come from a government body. It'll never come from the people itself because the people aren't educated to be able to do it that way. They need to be shown.
Yeah.
And that can only come from government.
Hey?
The CCP does like showing people things, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. For sure. Yeah. They'll get things done. Yeah. Because I think there was a documentary that they put out a couple of months ago about the state of Wuhan, right? That's where it started. I mean, the government just went in there, shut everything down, and boarded everything up. Fuck it.
Yep.
Right? But it doesn't help the situation because Paul's right. They still need to then go in there, restructure the entire market, and then tell them, okay, look, if I have to put a sign for you in a little barricade that bats here, goats here, fucking whatever new fucking animal that you find goes over there. And then make sure this is hose. Water comes out from hose. Wash it down.
Yeah.
That's it. Right?
They need to read The Jungle.
Yeah. But that's the way it is, right? Hey guys, it's been 3 hours plus, and I really enjoyed having you guys here. I got heaps of emails I need to answer and stuff. That's why every now and then you can see me getting off and all that. But thank you very much for joining us. Maybe I might do another one next week before the dynamic duo gets kicked up again, just to shoot the shit. Right? Thanks a lot, Miss Motorteach. Thanks a lot, Paul and Webb. Thanks for coming along. I'll catch you guys at the next live stream, or whoever else is hosting a live stream, and we'll probably see each other there again. Yeah?
Alrighty.
Right. Thank you very much. And you all guys have a good one, man.
See you, mate.
All right, mate. Bye-bye.
All right.
Look at it.